I'm
did
a
a study
fan.
of beards and moustaches on doctors, and they thought, how unhygienic must it be for surgeons to have
beards.
And what they found was actually the surgeons that had beards gave less infections to the patients than the ones that didn't have beards.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, is that because the
That you basically you're growing an ecosystem in your beard.
so everybody's like, yeah, come on in, we'll
it's,
neutralize you.
You grow the friendly bacteria in there. Have you got any friendly bacteria growing on your face?
Yeah.
Come and
right
join
now.
us.
Yeah, oh, good.
Come and join us. Yes.
Do they have names?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Freddie.
Freddie. Okay. They all called Freddie.
Well, it's up to Freddie mostly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Freddie's the ringleader of the bacteria on my face.
Okay. My name's Mikey. We've got Marg over here. Tell us your name.
Justin.
Okay. I'm gonna hit you with a round of applause. What are you doing here apart from queuing for coffee?
I work with Mozilla Data Collective.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you collecting data for the Data Collective?
Nope.
No. Okay.
What does the Data Collective do?
It's a surprise. It's a
Okay.
surprise.
Okay.
You have to go in there to see it.
Okay.
Yep.
Will the surprise be revealed now, or do we have to wait till the end?
Might have to wait to the end.
Okay. Okay. Does Data collectivize normally?
I can't talk about it actually.
No? Okay. Well, we need to talk about
But
something.
this is the thing about the
Well,
internet. It's like it's
Yeah.
very kind of secretive. There's the things that you're supposed to know and things that you're not supposed to know,
Is
and
it like a microbiome on the face?
of the earth.
Yeah.
Of the
Of the-
human development. I don't know, maybe. No, but I think like there's some things you really can't talk about, or it's just too complicated. It's like,
Yeah.
as Otto Bismarck said, don't tell people about politics and how to make sausages. I think you can update and say, don't tell people how to use the internet and how to
Okay.
make sausages.
Is data a little bit like sausage making? It's best to not know how it happens, just the end result.
I think it's more like fermenting sauerkraut.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because there's bacteria in sauerkraut.
Yeah,
And-
that's right. Yeah.
Probably a lot of Freddies in there. I think.
Yeah,
As-
okay.
Yeah, I'm not a biologist, but
I mean, in
Not
a
by
way,
trade.
we've kind of changed our attitude to bacteria and germs in that we used to just want to make everything sterile, whereas now we want to create a microbiome. Yeah, and a fermentation going on. So, I mean, does that?
I think it's true. I mean, like you're part of a collective, obviously. Details to be developed in the course of the festival, but being part of some kind of collective, some kind of like a non-mainstream bunch of people, I think that's kind of coming back in. Like that's the real alternative.
Becoming more mainstream to be non-mainstream.
No, I think people are just kind of realizing that making everything standardized is not so cool. I don't know. It's nice to be alternative, but like, what is alternative these days? That's the next question.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Maybe this person can tell us the answer. What is alternative these days? Are you an alternative person? Okay. Okay. Well, maybe we've got some sense of what is alternative. Maybe that man walking past. What would you say, Justin? Are you alternative?
when alternative, I think of
Yeah.
like No Doubt or something, or Nirvana.
Yeah.
Is alternative rock.
No doubt.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't that 90s rock? Alternative rock?
Yeah.
Am I alternative? Yeah, I think so. I've got some alternative things in my wardrobe.
Yeah.
I have a tie-dye T-shirt. That's actually more groovy.
Yeah.
Groovy than anything.
Yeah.
But also alternative. That's alternative as well. I recently we were
Have you
walking.
got any tie-dye garments?
No, but I recently we were walking home from the studio, I think,
Yeah.
and I saw the moon and the clouds. It was obviously it's in the evening,
Yeah.
and the clouds around the moon looked like tie-dye because it was a bit blue, a bit black, a bit white clouds. It was like, and that's what I said to you, didn't I? I was like,
Yeah,
that's
I remember
tie-dye.
that, yeah.
You remember that moment?
Yeah.
It's how interesting our lives
Yeah.
are. But yeah, the tie-dye is very kind of going back.
What's your most alternative garment that you've got?
Well, I
Are you
have
wearing
this.
it now?
No, but this. Well, speaking of MozFest, this is MozFest for the moths.
Yeah.
Because this jacket never used to have any holes in it. Now it's got plenty. I just noticed today in the sunshine. It's a good jacket.
MozFest, okay.
Yeah, the moth.
Have you got that problem? Which, in a way, I feel like that's what the theme is developing. Is kind of like little kind of cultures, maybe moth infestations, maybe bacteria growing on beards, maybe small data collectives. It's kind of about those kind of small little ecosystems growing. Justin, help me out here because we're just starting up. Really, we
have some ecosystems and webs of some sort.
Yeah.
Holes in the ecosystem, the cosmos, like a wormhole or something, or a black hole. I don't really know, or a moth hole. There's moth holes, I guess, which is quite interesting, and just trying to think forward, and I'm not sure where to go with it.
Well, I mean, maybe we'll find out. Maybe this man can help us. Come and join us. Yes. We don't know where to go. Okay, give us a final thought, though, Justin.
Final thought: keep chugging on, being collective.
Okay, keep collecting the collective. Hello, welcome.
How are you?
Very good. We've got Margot. That was Justin getting coffee. And Mikey, what's your name?
Kambale.
Kambale.
Yes.
This is Talkaoke Pop-Up Talk Show. We've just started. We're talking about ecosystems. We're talking about collectives. This kind of thing.
No, but I wanted to ask. This is just based on the shape of your jacket, purely. Just because last night I saw a video of a man wearing a puffer jacket, but inside it was full of pickles, and then they had the logo of Sora on it. I'm like, shit, this is not real. I'm a bit worried about Sora. Is your jacket real? Are you real? Just check it.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, I have not used Sora a lot.
But you have used it a bit?
Not much. I've been using mostly Kling.
Okay.
What is that?
Kling AI is a different video tool.
Okay, so you do use video AI.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But it's mostly, so to kind of show the background, I'm coming from Ghana.
From Ghana.
I am actually
okay,
from the Congo.
For Ghana.
Yes. So, but I'm originally from Congo. But the work that we are...
we'll give her... Oh, no, nothing for Congo, sorry. No, I have to wait for it to reset. No, not yet.
It means you don't have enough minerals from the Congo in there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the work that we're doing in Ghana, because outside of the African continent, there is a huge hype on artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
But the ordinary people do not have access to it.
Yeah.
So we have this activity we call Beyond AI, where we go to rural communities, engaging communities on the concept of what is actually AI, but not from the perspective of the technology. From the perspective that even though you don't use AI, AI is after you specifically for your data.
Okay.
So they are the data workers. So we are educating them in, as you are going to start engaging in the artificial intelligence space, how you protect your data, who you are, which platform you need to use for your data, and so on. So that's also why we are here to discuss a bit what we are doing on the African continent.
We've got potential new face to the table. We have got Kambale, we've got Margot. Tell us your name.
Beckett.
Beckett, welcome. The moment we're talking about artificial intelligence. Kambale is going to places in Africa and just basically, I guess, introducing artificial intelligence, telling people you have data, use it. So that's all we've got so far, apart from ecosystems around beards. And
Ecosystem chat.
And coats, yes.
No, but this is interesting. So if people don't know about AI, but you're teaching them, you have to protect your data. So you're kind of teaching people AI through fear. That's interesting.
Is it through fear? Are you
Not necessarily through fear. They're already collecting the data. The number one thing that's happening on the African continent now is the building of a lot of data centers and data corridors by multinationals. Yeah. So people producing already content on a daily basis, not from the SMS, from the social media platform, and it's being collected without even a fair value of the data collected. Yeah. So the fact that we are seeing that on a daily basis, how the MTNs of the world, the Vodafone of the world are collecting the data, and laws are actually being passed that will guarantee literally free access to the data. Those who produce the data need to be aware of that.
Yeah.
So that's where we are placing ourselves. Is the data, the AI discussion is around the technology outside of the African continent.
Yeah.
But on the continent, we want to make sure that we have data sovereignty.
Yeah. Okay, so data sovereignty. We've got Beckett over here. Tell us your name.
Anna Silva.
Anna. We've got Margot, we've got Kambala, we've got Beckett and Mikey. We're going to hit you with a round of applause. At the moment, we're talking about data sovereignty. What does it mean? Is our data sovereign? Beckett, have you got any views on this?
I think it depends on being able to have sovereignty and have your rights realized digitally depends on having knowledge first. So you were saying communities in the African continent, and I work with children all over the world. So they're another group who are systemically not listened to when it comes to what they would like to have done with their data. And this is becoming more prevalent, especially with the rise of edtech and AI-powered edtech, and indeed it intersects. So I've heard from a lot of children in the African Union, actually, and they have very grand ideas for what they would like to see done with their data and how they'd like it to be managed. But we've just very rarely in the past actually listened to them and what they actually want about that. So I think knowledge is power when it comes to creating sovereignty.
Okay, so you're up with the data sovereignty. Children, African children. Any views on this, Anna? You've even just joined us, I know. How do you feel about data sovereignty?
So your question is...
Grab the mic.
Okay, thank you.
It's not really a question, it's just like,
so
Anna.
this means that the government has the final say of what is done to your data. Is that correct?
I don't know. Does the government have the final say? Who has the final say of what's done to
I think
our
the people
data?
should have the final say, right? You should own your
Is that
data.
the same as the government having the
And
final
people
say?
should understand what it means to own their own data, because you don't understand what accepting cookies means or breach of information. I think there needs to be a lot of algorithmic literacy that isn't done in schools, so the public can have a greater conclusion of what should be done. But I think
I've got to say, Anna, sorry to interrupt, but I feel like that could start right here, right now, because I literally have no idea what that really means. The data
Sovereignty.
So what does that mean for me? For example, let's take me.
Like a normal person.
Like I'm fairly normal, although there's not many people that are.
I don't know the answer to this.
Maybe someone can help us. Maybe this man can help us. Yes.
So So you said who is deciding on the data?
And what happens to our data? But what does that really mean?
so we all know what happened during Cambridge Analytica, right? Chris Wiley breached out and stated everybody was being manipulated, that there were many experiments done worldwide, and especially the Trump elections were rigged. So I think it's really about just understanding your data, and some countries are giving their customer or their user the right to own their own data. I think Denmark did that, or Copenhagen.
But what does that mean in practice, owning my own data?
It means that...
Does it mean I've got a full hard disk?
No, you don't. You don't have a full hard disk. It just means that you feel more at peace with the ethical decisions being made in the world, and that you at least know, okay, that you're not being manipulated in your own algorithm.
Okay.
I think that's what it means, that it's bringing just more peace that you own it. You really can't do much about it unless you choose to outsource it to other companies, and companies that you agree have the same values as you.
Okay.
That's if you know.
Okay.
If that happens,
Okay, I'm going to hit a... Gambale, you're off. Give us a final thought.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you have $5,000 in your house and somebody come and take $5,000 from your house without your consent, you'll be worried about
You'll
it.
be pretty pissed.
So that's what I usually break down in our sessions, that data has value. Those who use the data actually monetize it.
Can I get a final thought from you in a second? Yeah.
And as they monetize it, you have no say whatsoever how it's used and everything else. So it simply means that no one can take something that belongs to you without your consent, without your knowledge.
Yeah, okay, so that's a very simple way to break it down. Thank you for that. I'm going to hit you. Let's get a final thought from Anna as well. Data is like having cash in your house, says Kambale. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that, actually. Yeah. I think data, if businesses must transform to stay relevant, right? And data holds the answer. So if you have data in your house, you can come up with many solutions to many things that you want to tackle. Yeah. Also, a little shout out to Verity.news. Oh. Can I do that?
Yes, of course you can. This is Talkaoke. You can do whatever you want. There's only two rules. No fighting, no singing.
So Improve the News Foundation is a free news aggregator that was created by an MIT professor, Max Tegmark, and I'm here to promote it. It's access to free news, no ads, no manipulation. Verity, Verity. And feel free to read all of our narratives. We have over 22 narratives. We use over 5 million sources into machine learning and that spit out the facts. So here are 10 sources that agree with the same fact. And this includes left sources, wing sources, and right. We also give you the Russian narrative, the Ukrainian narrative, the Palestinian narrative, the Israeli narrative, just so you can understand exactly. News to empower humanity.
How is it paid for if there's no billionaire behind it?
So there are billionaires behind it. Okay. Of course there are billionaires behind it. So Elon Musk funds the Future of Life Institute, along with Vitalik Buterin, who is the founder of Ethereum, who funds the Future of Life Institute. The Future of Life Institute is a great foundation that is doing research to stop the research on artificial intelligence because it can be crazy, and people need to understand the speculation and the results and what actually the harm it can do to you. And the Future of Life Institute funds us.
Right. Okay.
So that's how we get our funding.
We need to at least find out your name if you're going to go again. Yeah.
My name is Paloma.
Paloma, welcome.
Thank
you, Anna. Yeah.
I'm based in Germany.
Yeah.
7K.
Yeah.
And I have been researching platform governance for 10 years now. And
platform governance.
Yeah, I have been researching big tech.
Yeah.
And I'm reaching. It's all research lead, but I'm reaching that point where. We really need to turn. I don't see, I have been researching hate speech and the way big platforms reproduce inequalities throughout the structures at many multiple governing levels. So I literally reached that point, but I realized I cannot keep researching this system expecting that something is going to alter the conditions of possibility for discrimination not to happen within these structures. So
can I ask you why, Paloma? Is it because you're just frustrated with it now? Is it just because you feel like there's no possibility for...
It is intellectual rigor.
Right.
If you really want to research discrimination within technology and how it affects society, you can no longer research to try to find the answer within the big tech.
Really?
Is intellectual rigor. Okay. I will, if they were there, if they were something, but I tried to, I dig deep, I couldn't.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Okay, well that's interesting from what Anna just said about having just announced that she's being funded by big tech for this free news, Verity. What's it called, Verity? Beckett, have you got anything to help us tie this together? Any observations?
Yeah, I think, that there are always things that people with very big pockets can do to help, but fundamentally, from what it sounds like what you've seen and what I've also seen doing platform research, is we seem to be punishing users, or we seem to be looking to the government to do things like put internet curfews in place and block various things that we're allowed to look at even as adults. But I think one of the main problems is we're punishing people for design choices that were not made by people. Yeah. And I think the answer starts within big tech, so there is a role for them to play. So
it's about the design choices that were made to create the platform.
Yeah, everything is by design, right? It's no accident that everything about, say, TikTok is designed to hold your attention and put you in like bubbles of content that you think are just going to be really habit forming and push you further into potentially random points of view that can sometimes end up being hateful or extreme. But it's never accidental.
There's a design choice.
Billions and billions of dollars going into making things this way. And I think if I were to give a final word on that, it's we need to make sure the right people are being held accountable, because they are the people with the most power to enact change. As much as I love to say power to the people, and being at Mozilla Festival definitely exemplifies that today, it does require everyone as well. Everyone's got a part to play, and that includes the people with the really big pockets making the design choices.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, so it's the design choices being made by platforms. That is, I mean, that is encouraging a kind of, let's say, a hateful side, which connects to what Paloma's researching. And those are the people that can actually change how these platforms are created.
You know, I'm not a tech person, but just out of interest, I bought the book by Mackenzie Walk about, Hackers Manifesto. And I don't know what I was expecting, but I haven't fully read it yet, but it's just like a Marxist kind of outline of the talking about inequalities and class structure. And I was actually quite surprised how, talking about hacking, talking about the future, talking about, the digital world, but actually hacking as a way of life, or as a way to kind of carve out your own place in economic structures. I didn't kind of think about it like that. But everything kind of comes down to kind of perpetuate. It seems like everything's coming back to perpetuating or not the structural inequality or class inequality.
So what you're saying, this platform design kind of has got a
it's very simple.
Structural inequality.
Yeah, which is what you were saying, I think. But also, it's like, it's that simple. It doesn't matter how many bells and whistles and new technology developments you put on it.
Something I think that is an important point to be made, and I'm going to return to a classic test, the Californian ideology, right?
Yeah.
So I know the Californian ideology has been used as a broader critique to big tech, but actually we have to read line by line again. 1995, we have all the perspective on the article now.
Is that when it was written?
1995, yeah. And something something that I found incredibly interesting about the text by Barbrook and Cameron is that they're actually quite tuned in with the idea that this was people sitting in a particular context. We cannot be thinking about these big, massive evils behind a desk like Mr. Burns of The Simpsons. You know what I mean? So historically situated knowledge and a form of perpetuating without having the capacity of the constructing, but building and building. But it has reached now a point, 20 years later, where we can actually start saying, hold on a minute, your credit is done. I mean, you were historically situated in a particular place that made you create technology and move into a particular model because, well, you were living in wealth times and whatever. But now, darlings, time for you to start looking back and say, like, maybe we were not on the right path, right?
I mean,
so when we talk about design, I try to make this kind of distinction between what it has been there on the origins and what now, as you were pointing rightly, so it's time of make them liable because it's time to retire. Stop the machine. It's not working.
To get this fly off your face, sorry.
Don't worry, the fly is my friend now. So and bringing it today, I think that we do have that job and that perspective.
Yeah.
So whatever comes from today, I'm not saying we have to reinvent the wheel. Media already exists, technology is there. That model is the one that we have to step out from.
Okay, I mean, that's definitely a mic drop thing, but I guess the question is, we can't go, as you said, we can't go back in time. How do we go forward when this has been built from 20, 30 years of how our platforms are made, how the internet has evolved over that time? Okay, yeah.
Do you drive? You
Sometimes,
drive.
yeah.
You know how to stop your car, don't you? So what I'm saying, so I don't think it is a matter of future.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of actual present.
Yeah.
So I'm not claiming for any mass move. I mean, like I'm not delusional on that front. But what I'm saying is, knowledge matters and knowledge makes changes. So if you are actually conscious of what is going on and where this kind of model is bringing us in environmental terms, in societal terms, you have to be a little bit crazy to not stop changing your phone for some other different forms, moving apps from other apps, looking for other forms of technology if you want to. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what
do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, Paloma. I very much know what you mean. I'm going to come to you in a second, Margaret. Let's bring Beckett in on this.
Yeah, I think I agree with what you're saying, and we have been here before. Like when it was the first industrial revolution, we were doing all sorts of things. We were putting 10-year-olds to work in dangerous factories.
Revolution are we at now?
Like I've lost count.
Yeah,
but
third or fourth, something like that.
Yeah, we were getting little kids to go up chimneys and work in factories, and then we were giving them lead toys to play with. And we were doing a lot of things in what we called the frontiers, which was to say like colonial harms as well. And I think we've got knowledge now, like you said, we've got hindsight of how that was harmful. And back then there was this narrative as well of inevitability, like this is the future. And we're seeing that very similar narrative now. And that means we know what this song and dance looks like, and we can do it better. And we don't have to say yes to like inevitable harms. We can make a better future, and we can make it better for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we've only been going for about 10 minutes, but it's already got quite complicated. We've got Margot, we've got Paloma, we have got Beckett. My name's Mikey, and at the moment we kind of started talking about AI and data sovereignty. Then we moved on to this Paloma's kind of frustration about the way the funding is set up, and she's investigating hate speech and something like that. Anyway, but basically we started talking about the writing was on the wall. 30 years ago, not 20 years ago, 1995, Californian ideology. And it's evolved in a certain way. We can't go back in time, but as Beckett says, we can actually look at how things have developed. Some people would call them mistakes, or, how the internet has evolved. And actually, like Paloma says, we've got our hands on the wheel. We can maybe avoid or put the brakes on this car and go in a different direction. It's not just inevitable that we're all going to become AI slaves. What's that?
Does the mic stop working?
No.
Okay.
Wait, this one's maybe a bit quiet. Yeah.
No, I was just thinking that. What was I thinking? Sorry, I forgot what I was thinking.
Okay, well, go on, Magnus. Have you got any views on this? You know what we're talking about?
I feel like you kind of get this doomsday perspective, and you get afraid of like AI taking our jobs. And when I think about my job, there's a lot of things that the AI is doing now for me that I don't really consider intelligent. Right, I work a lot in front end and increase this font size and just this spacing. It's like it wasn't something I was doing that was really that intelligent. It's just like punching out the data or the code, right? And then we had this discussion at my job last week about AGI, and at what point will it replace everything I do in my job? And at some point we figured, if it was truly going to replace me, it had to be in all the meetings. It had to be this humanoid robot, and in the lunch, talk about how the canteen food has gone bad recently, and it has to be there. It has to be present, or you have to have this surveillance state or society where everything is recorded, so the AI can, follow everything. And I'm like, I'm not sure if where I've come from, Norway, I don't think we're going to build that surveillance. I believe we have the civil rights to prevent that from happening. So the way I see it, I'm kind of more optimistic about AI. I don't think we're going to reach AGI because we simply won't let it happen, because it would require the surveillance.
It's actually in the case of Norway at least, it's government legislation that's actually going to prevent AI from happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Not from happening, but AGI from taking over.
I hope.
Okay, so just got a slightly dodgy. Whoa, yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay, right. We need a bit of gaffer tape there. Yes.
Yeah. No, but before we get to that, like I feel a bit sad for some of my friends who work in marketing, because I think it's just they're just really concerned with like things which are not real. I mean, to the extent that promotion or seeing things on a screen, like you were talking about, maybe leaving your phone and your dependence on the different apps. It's just not optional for a lot of people whose jobs revolve around this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who are earning quite good money. And people who do like kind of analog stuff, they don't earn such a good money. So the incentive is just not there. And I just feel really sad. I've got friends who kind of are managing marketing departments. And I'm like, that is not real. Your main life concern is how to sell this shit using,
So basically,
you know,
you're in a marketing department. You're kind of creating a fiction that you're selling to sell something that's kind of quite abstract.
Yeah, so it's selling, and it's just getting people more hooked in on the apps, on the screens. And
I mean, is it really possible to actually use alternative apps, use alternative, less kind of toxic platforms, if you want to engage with life, if you want to just be part of this flow of society? These are all questions, but answer the question that you want to answer. Beckett, have you got any views on this? And this person over, yes, come and join us. Yes, yes, you can do it. Let's give this person a round of applause. Yes, come on. So we have got Margot, we have got Magnus, we have got Paloma, we've got Beckett, we've got
Leo.
Leia.
Yeah.
And we've got
Santosh. Yes.
Santosh, were you here last year? Not here, but in...
7 years back.
Oh, 7 years ago, okay. We've been doing this a long time. Anyway, this is Talkaoke. At the moment, we're kind of talking about... I think I'm going to sort of like centre it on what you said, Paloma, about this kind. We have got the ability, and you said as well, Beckett, there's no inevitability about the path of technological kind of... the takeover, the AGI takeover. It's kind of up to us. Magnus is saying in Norway, they're never going to let it happen. The surveillance, they don't like surveillance. There's probably some laws about it somewhere in the Norwegian constitution. But so maybe AI is not going to be so bad. So that's where we are right now. Becky.
I think a lot of it is about the language we use to define these things. So if we think about what machine learning is as a concept, I guess you could distill it down to the layperson to fancy maths. And we talk about artificial intelligence, and it sounds really grand, and this general intelligence. The same people who are saying, let's replace our workers with AI, would you say, let's replace our workers with maths? It sounds a bit less logical, and it emphasizes the fact that there are more than just mathematical processes that people do and people are. And I'm going to have to dash, but I guess my final thought on that is listen to people, listen to what they want, and especially the younger generation, because they're inheriting this. What do they want?
Okay, well, let's just circle right round. And before you go, what are they, because you work with a lot of young people, what are they saying? What are they saying what they want when it comes to technological evolution, to AI evolution?
I mean, systemically, they're at a massive information and power asymmetry disadvantage, but they always come up with such creative and progressive paths forward that are not so exploitative, and it's honestly a privilege to listen to what they have to say, because they can imagine these worlds free from almost like the shackles of what we consider the norm and the inevitable, and it's really enlightening. So I encourage you, if there's any young people in your life, just ask them how they feel about technologies of the future.
Something we could grasp, some kind of like crazy idea that you've heard.
Let me think. I mean, I was at the Children and AI Summit, I think at the beginning of this year in London, and the children were talking about what they wanted for the future, and they didn't want AI to suck up all their data and everything they were doing at school and online. They wanted things that they could use to help them keep organized, just do those little fancy maths jobs for them, sort their homework out into different schedules and buckets for them, and not replace their friends and their teachers and everything that they hold dear in life, because tech isn't just about protecting and doing the dull things, I guess. Children have an internationally recognized right to play and to leisure, and we should be thinking about those rights as well.
Okay, the right to play, the right to leisure. I'm going to hit you with a round of applause. But the headline there, I've got to say, Beckett, is the kids want AI to do their homework for them. That's certainly what we've heard on the Talkaoke table when we do listen to young people. Thank you for joining us. We're here all weekend, so do come back when the subject may or may not have moved on. Leia, have you got any views at this point? Are you just going to hang on in there? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Go first.
Yeah.
So let me recap a couple of things, right?
Yeah, okay.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
We can resignify it, as Beckett was saying, call it fancy maths. We can listen to young people, which I fully agree that the youngest generation, and I think the question, for instance, of students pro-Palestine has been showing that quite widely, that their analysis is on point. A lot of people has been failing to recognize their analysis. So this is a generational thing. But I mean, technology is not only for young people either, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to put the mark. And then coming back to you, I'm thinking like my country is going to save the problem because we are not doing surveillance. I believe, I'm sorry, I'm going to be polemic, but I think it's naive.
Okay. Can we trust our governments, our countries to put in the legislation? Maybe Norway is a place where surveillance is just like legislated out. I'm going to move it around because you've not said anything yet. We've got a new face over here, so we've got Leia, we've got Paloma, Santosh. We've got Magnus, we've got Margot, we have got
Izzy.
I'm going to hit you with a round of applause. My name's Mikey. So at the moment we're talking about, can we really trust governments, national governments, to protect us when it comes to the evolution of technology? What is the role of that government or the state? Paloma, not so sure. Magnus is saying yes. Yeah, but anyway.
No, but I think it's a question of trust because, like, it's possible that the government can do this job, but the question is, does anybody trust governments after what they've, what people experience from governments? Like you mentioned Palestine and, the British government, how, any reality is possible when you're a politician. And I think, yeah.
So
we just need to kind of convince
trust...
I just think we need to be sure that that we are sharing the same reality. I don't know how you ensure that, because then, how are you going to legislate? I'm not going to trust the British government to legislate data use.
Okay, you don't really trust the British government, maybe less trust in Britain than in Norway. Let's get final thought from Paloma. This is the Freeform Talk Show. Come and go as you want, but give us a final thought if you are leaving. Yes, and come and join us. Yes, yes.
Come on.
Yes.
I'm gonna. It's under the sun.
Yeah.
This is a very comfortable chair. That's for you.
Yeah.
My final thought before we invite a new speaker is, I'm gonna repeat my thought. We shouldn't be naive. Governance works at very multiple layers, and it's not only up to governments. At this stage in time, the entanglements between governments and big tech is huge and deep, and I think that we need to use our better critical skills these days, sharper than ever, to understand the complexity of what we are living and doing what we can on a very small scale. That's my final thought.
Okay, that's an excellent final thought. Does it come down to critical thinking?
Paloma, yes.
Paloma, have our cards so you can see yourself later on. Yes, come and join us. We are talking about, can we really trust governments to legislate for us against big tech, or are they pretty much the same people? There's a spread of views around the table. We've got Leia, we have got Santos, we have got Magnus, we've got Margot, we have got Izzy and Mikey. Tell us your name.
Billy.
Billy.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about at the moment. Don't worry, you'll pick up the pieces. But there was a point somewhere around, wasn't it? Santos, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't think I'll ever trust my government to will be able to fix that.
Which government is that?
Indian government.
Okay, I'm gonna just in case, just gonna pick up India anyway, even if we don't trust the government. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason being, I think, at least from what I see, the government is busy in managing narratives rather than fixing the problem.
Right.
Even if we give a job for them to fix with this, to come up with a fix for this, they are going to come up with a narrative that will make people to think.
Say, I kind of like that approach. Instead of fixing the problem, fix the narrative.
Yes.
It's easier to fix.
I think that's what my government is going to do, so I don't trust the government with that.
Okay, so you're not trusting India, you're not trusting Britain. Magnus, you're standing out there with Norway. Can we get some other governments? Who's got a different government to throw in there? Do you trust your government? Pili, what is your government?
Spain.
Spain. I'm gonna
local.
Just in case. Do you trust the Spanish government?
I mean, I think they're probably trying.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah.
But trying, is that the same as trust?
No, trust. Trust is a big word.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 5 letters. Is it longer?
I'll stick to my original answer. I think they're trying. I trust they're trying. Yeah.
Okay. Is it? What is trust in Spanish? What's the word for trust?
Confianza.
Oh, so it's a bigger word in Spanish. Yeah. Okay. So do we trust? They're trying. I'm loving this. Fixing the narrative instead of fixing the problem. I think I could apply that to my life. Yes. Come and join us if you want to. We can, don't worry, we'll do the coffees, you come and do the chat. Yes, Magnus.
Yes, I was just thinking about this. Maybe the Norwegian government at some point may, go bad. I don't know. I don't want to mention like specific countries, but I imagine that if you control the media, you will eventually shortcut the democratic process. And because one way of viewing this is, do I trust the actual people who's in government right now?
Yeah.
And if so, which in my case, that's a good thing. But do I trust
how come Norway has got it so good when everyone, Britain, I think we can say, and India, Spain, there's a kind of halfway between. Why is there so much trust in?
Yeah, that's the same question I'm kind of reflecting about now, because do I trust the actual people? Or do I trust the democratic process that the next time we will elect the right people? And that's what I'm kind of concerned about, because what separates us from, for example, a big country like the United States is we got very independent media that is like untouchable by the government.
Right.
And I source a lot of my newsfeed from those media, and I believe me myself could the next election vote for something that is actually bad for me if I was just told it's good for me, and then you kind of shortcut the democratic process, and then I would lose trust in the government. So I believe like the media is really important to have independent.
Okay, so that's the media that in a way I think what you're describing is a kind of cycle of trust. It's not just about trusting the government. There's an institutional trust of the media, maybe other bodies as well. Helps to kind of grow, earlier on we were talking about ecosystems, helps to grow a more trusting ecosystem. That's what I'm picking up from you. Maybe it's a bit of a paraphrasing. Izzy, you've not said anything yet. Have you got any views on any of this?
Okay, I see it from even a further perspective that governments, people in place, they're also serving some other people who have control. So like some companies, they have more budgets than some countries, so they're more powerful. So that's something to be taken in account.
Is it about the size of your budget that gives you the power?
Well, I think that currently the people who have money are the ones who are making the decisions and controlling the system.
Okay, and which government are you trusting or not trusting?
I trust no government.
Yeah, but where are you living? Where is your...
I live in Spain.
Okay, so more Spain, yeah, okay.
But I'm French.
Okay, and can you compare the two governments? Are they pretty much the same, would you say?
I think that there's this issue in Europe that there's like the European Union also that acts on top of the different countries, and so depending on what's program or like the intention, then countries they need to adapt at their
so it's a bit more
national level.
Ecosystem.
Yes, and also I believe that people have power and they forget about it because the media and the narrative is to induce fear, and then they forget that they can decide through their choices, like how they buy, what they consume, what they...
Is our power related to our budget as well? Because there was an implication that the more cash you've got, the more power you've got. So has a richer person got more power?
I believe that people who have a lot of money, they can contribute to make a better world.
Okay, interesting. Okay, thank you for that. Izzy, I'm going to have to come to you later. But you know what? This is Talkaoke. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. But also, there's a chance. If you've got anything you'd like to add on any of these questions, we're talking about who do we trust. We're talking about who's got power as well, which is an interesting point. Tech companies have got big budgets, bigger than some countries. Countries have got big budgets, bigger than most people. Does the amount of money you have determine how much power you've got? There's all these questions, but also this question about who's going to regulate this tech. Does it need regulating? Is it up to the companies? So many questions. Leia, would you like to answer any of them? Or you're kind of happy just to sit in there?
Kind of happy to sit in.
Okay, okay, that is no problem. Other people will join and say things. Go on, Magnus, yes.
May I pivot the conversation into taking a round of question here? Because I was thinking about AI and creativity and art.
Yeah.
So let's say you look at two art pieces, and there's the actual, like the literate art, the physical, the colors and what you see. And in the one, you like the colors, you like the actual art more, like visually.
Yeah.
But that's the one that's made by AI. And then you have another one, and it's like inferior, not that much, a bit, but it's made by a human who spent hours making it. Given that fact alone, what art piece would you choose to hang on your wall at home?
Okay. Okay, so which art piece would you choose to hang on the wall? The AI, the superior AI, beautiful image, or the inferior, handmade, beautiful, but not quite as nice art?
Why is it superior because it's AI and inferior because it's human-made?
Well, I think it's just that in this particular scenario, there just happens to be two pieces. Maybe the artist wasn't that great, you know. I don't know. Why is the human one inferior?
Yeah, it's just like a matter of taste, and your taste, like visually, you would, if both were made by humans, you would go for the AI one, but it is not. It's made by AI. That's
okay. All right. So the AI piece, it just happens to be a better piece. Which art piece would you put on your wall? The computer generated? Yeah.
There's a man with it could have been an AI jumper, but I think it's Mondrian that he's got on his jumper. Yeah. But it could have been an AI generated because it's quite geometrical, right? Yeah. But I like it. Is it Mondrian? Is it Mondrian?
What are you?
What? It's aping Mondrian.
Is it AI ping Mondrian?
AI ping. Okay, well, but what I just wanted to say that I think just linking even the governments and the art. I mean, like some art makes it to national galleries, some art don't, and I think it's helping people understand what is there that you're valuing. Are you valuing just something that you can purchase and hang on the wall and it looks conventionally pretty, or everybody says it's good looking? So
okay, answer Magnus's question then. Come
human.
On,
human painting.
Thank you. Put the human one on the wall. Okay, all right.
Something safe one. I think we should stop making rich people richer, so definitely go for the human one.
Okay, that artist inevitably, especially if they're not even as good as a computer, they're not going to be very rich. So let's give the money to the.
they might get better.
Okay, they can practice.
They'll be inspired. They'll have more money to make better artwork if you invest in them. Invest in people, not organizations.
Invest in people. Okay, that's a big one. Okay, we're going to ask this. Which art piece would you put on the wall? A superior AI-generated piece of art, or inferior human-made piece of art that's maybe that artist will eventually get better? Are you gonna which piece are you gonna put on your wall? That's the question. Inferior. The inferior. Come over here, come and talk about it. Yes, we have got Leia, we have got Billy, we have got Santos, we have got Magnus, we've got Izzy, we've got Margot, me, Mikey, we've potentially got this person here. Come and join us. Okay, this is Talkaoke. Yeah, come and join you.
We can't tell Nabiha that we're sitting here when she's about to speak.
Okay, we'll give 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, she won't mind.
Right here, we're going to spend plenty of time with you.
Okay, good.
Hi, I'm Richard, King Richard.
Okay, so we've got Richard, we have got...
Princess Stephanie.
That's definitely a... okay, and who have we got over here? What's your name? Brian, okay. So we're talking about Magnus has made this proposal. And who have we got over here? Robin, welcome. So would you, most people around the table, it seems, would put the inferior human-made piece of art on their wall rather than... Sorry?
It's not inferior because it's human-made.
Okay, so it can't possibly be inferior, even if it's aesthetically less pleasing than the... which would you put on? We'll go around the table with this one. Robin, which would you have? The aesthetically more pleasing AI piece, or the less aesthetically pleasing human-made piece?
I have the less aesthetically pleasing, the human pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But they're not less aesthetic. I don't believe they're less aesthetic.
Okay. Well, we're going to come into a whole question about what makes something a good piece of art and what is aesthetics. We're very dangerous. We've got a philosophy warning. Okay, Leia, which one would you?
The human one.
Human one.
Yeah,
why?
the artist is, or the story behind this piece is much more worth. I think.
Okay, so it's back to the narrative. The narrative is better.
Yeah.
Okay, Richard.
Yeah, I think the AI piece for sure, because it is perfect. And in fact, because if it's based on an LLM, it is all of the best influences of humanity and the worst. But you know, we put that aside.
So
but it's all like
bringing
boiled
in
down.
all the best artists.
All of it. Van Gogh is there on your wall. All of that. You know, it's filtered through this amazing, complicated
so it's like
algorithm.
A Van Gogh, a Picasso.
Yeah. There's no harder emotion, but you know that's fine. It's what looks good. So that's my. And now I got to go to his talk. I'll be back.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for that. We're here. We're here all the weekend. Fantastic. Yes.
I think I personally value art in based on the amount of effort that does it take to paint it.
Yeah.
And also the how hard it is to recreate it. So. And if it is an AI generated one, it is very easy to regenerate another one using the same prompt.
Yeah.
So that is why I think even for my case, I'll value the human generated, less aesthetically pleasing painting.
I've got to say, from my perspective, and I think it's fair for me to jump in on this one. As an artist working for 28 years, quite hard. In a way, Talkaoke is an art form, but the other side of it is that we want this to be recreatable by other people and other people to do it. So I don't know, recreatable is not necessarily a bad thing. Anyway, where are we going to go with this conversation? There's so many different avenues. What?
We got to leave now. Sorry.
Okay, hit us with a final thought.
Okay, the final thought. My
maybe
opinion
you can
as
help
well.
us in the direction of where we take this
I also enjoy the human-made art. The concept really matters.
Do you make art yourself?
I make music.
You make music,
yeah.
okay.
So I just brought a piano, and I want to learn the piano. So yeah. Okay, but I gotta leave. I'm sorry, I cannot come up with something on the spot now.
Okay. I mean, what sort of do we talk about the aesthetics? How does AI actually have an aesthetic?
I feel like if I'm gonna drop like something before I go now, what is really creativity? Like, is it the act of putting down hours into art, or is it like coming up with the ideas? And are you like lazy if you spend all day coming up with an idea and spend like 1 minute prompting an AI to realize it, or is it like the act of putting down the effort?
Okay,
Like,
so that maybe the creativity is in the prompts and not in all of this. I mean, we've got a painter over there who wanted to join, but we had to carry on painting. Painter, we need to ask you, where is the creativity? And Leah, give us a final thought or an initial thought. No, okay, we want a final thought from you before you go.
Yeah, what do you want on?
Oh, just anything. What are you thinking? What's in your mind? That's all we need to know.
No, I think we are having a really good conversation about AI, the backdrops of AI, the challenges that are going to be with it, whom we can trust with AI, whom we cannot trust with AI.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good conversation to start and have it.
Okay, as a touch point, who is there? Anybody, anything that you can trust? Where do we sort of grow our trust from?
No, I don't think we should trust anyone.
Okay, all right, no. So trust nobody. Okay, that's definitely, I've got the right. Come and join us, yes. We're talking, who do you trust?
Mozilla.
Mozilla, all right. Do we trust Mozilla? Do you trust Mozilla?
I do. I think I believe technology should be able to serve communities.
Yeah.
And driving any initiative towards communal aspect brings in the aspect of beyond the diversity, beyond all those. There's usually the overarching theme about its usefulness. I know we are not necessarily by default good, but I think when we bring things together, there's usually that communal spirit driven towards goodness.
Okay, so there is a communal spirit going on. There is a kind of good of technology. Issa, you look like you're about to say something. No? Yes?
I'd like to say that, okay, AI technology is amazing. However, we need to explore all the capacities of the human beings and the magic they can do, and we haven't explored everything yet. Okay. We have more capacities than we really know.
Okay, give us an example, something we could latch onto about where is our capacity we don't realize we have?
Well, like making connections between humans, empathy also, and everything like compassion and love. And I don't believe that machines, they're able to love, even if we say, oh, they're being sentient soon. But yeah, that's a question.
I mean, is that just a design challenge to get a machine to love? Can we do it? Or can a machine never love? What do you think? Can a machine ever love? So that was such a killer question. Let's go. Go. No. We wouldn't. I want to hear what you've got to say. Yeah. Give us a final thought before you go, but let's get this one first.
I think that's a very difficult question. I would say that the machine cannot love.
Never. Even if there was like a whole university department dedicated to creating love in the machine, and they did all the research, what is love?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't have a clear answer.
Okay, yeah. But you think, in your kind of intuition, is probably no?
Probably not in the next 10 years.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So beyond 10 years, it's okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I would say it's possible in theory, but I don't think we can get there in less than whatever years.
Okay, so it's possible for a machine to love. Thank you for that. Robin, you've got a final thought for us?
I think we need to view it from machines, or rather, yes, it's all based on algorithms. So if you can programmatically carve out emotion, I think that's where we probably could have a love conversation.
Yeah.
So just because it might respond contextually to what you perceive as emotion, it doesn't necessarily mean that the machine loves you.
Okay.
That would be my parting shot.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So some. Okay. Can we code emotion into? Yes. Go on.
So also my final thought. When it comes to art and AI and love, if it's when it comes to love, it means you have to have a soul. Machines don't have soul.
Machines don't. Can you engineer a soul?
a soul is generated by life expectancy, actually, and experience. And machines, once they're made, within 10 seconds, they can create the most beautiful art ever, but without soul, it's meaningless.
Okay.
That's very deep.
That is a big one. That's a mic drop. I don't know. We've pretty much done it now, haven't we? Done Talkaoke. We can go home now. We can go to the beach. Come and join us. Yes, we're not going to stop because we're not machines that once we've come to the answer, we're going to stop. We keep going on and on and on. And this is how Talkaoke works. Come and join us. Yes, there's no contractual obligation. You can stay for as long or as short as you want. The moment we're talking about, can a machine love? Do we need a soul? Or is it? There's another point to that sort of answer, which is it's about time, it's about life experience. It's about, going from being a tiny little baby to
calculator.
A little Casio, growing and growing, ZX Spectrum and Does the machine have that life experience? Go on, Margaret.
I mean, first of all, I really want to go back. Is growing on me the point that Beckett made, and that was about, if you talk to people about artificial intelligence as just maths, it just kind of takes the human possibility out of seeing AI as something threatening or, I don't know, anthropomorphized.
Isn't math just a representational schema? Sorry, I've got to say that because no one else is out there to say it. Isn't maths? It's just a representational schema of reality, isn't it?
Yeah, but when you say people talking about AI being human-like, and that is threatening because there's a possibility of developing emotions in 10 years, more empathy, as he was saying, and stuff like that. But if you call it maths, then it's an inanimate thing. That's point number one. But point number two, I wonder whether, because Robin said, not everything that we do is good, which is interesting because...
But Robin also said that you can have bad technology used in a good way, used by communities.
This is true, but I wonder also whether we will, everything that we develop in terms of AI, can we ever? Is it going to be like with those medical experiments in Auschwitz? It's like it's really advanced medicine, and these books or these examples, these medical examples are being used right now, but we realize that this is ethically not okay.
All right, so there's the ethical side. Even if it comes up with something good, if it's come up with it in a bad way, is it ethically okay? So many questions. I'm going to turn the mic to Izzy and maybe just also say everyone's welcome to come and join us in Talkaoke either for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. 2 minutes just to help us fire this up. But Izzy, what's your view on any of these topics? You don't have to try and answer everything, but where are you wanting to go with this?
So definitely put the technology at the service of humans, and then of course, depending on what the humans' intentions are, then it goes in the good direction or wrong direction, and also to make it to use the technology to make it a better world for everybody and not for just a few people.
Okay, so when we create technology, we've got to think about the whole world, not just the privileged. Okay.
But how do you agree people, how do you get everybody to agree on the same values? Because the rich, as humans, maybe they have the same values as us ordinary people. I'm assuming no one's a billionaire around this table, right? I don't know. You might be, I'm not.
You've already bought 2 coffees, so you must be fair.
Yeah, I'm loaded. But, the question of, values are... I thought that's something that everyone can agree on, but apparently not, because it's creating...
I guess also there's a question in there is, are people thinking they're doing stuff to help the world, but they've got different values, so they're more thinking about rich people's values. Anyway, we've got a new face at the table. We're getting a little bit kind of technical. We've got Izzy, we've got Margot, we've got... Amy, and let me hear you with a round of applause. My name's Mikey. This is Talkaoke, and we've got this person here. Come and join us. Yes. You're on a mission. Can we help? Can we help you with your mission? Okay. There's a secret mission. Okay, that's. Anyway, we're talking about. Yeah, we're talking about AI. We're talking about who's designing technology. Are they designing it with bad intentions? Is he kind of saying, or are they designing it for their particular intentions, which maybe are not the greater people, wider people's intentions? These are some of the things we're talking about. Amy, I don't know if it makes any sense. Does it make any sense to you?
It does.
It does.
It does make sense to me.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. That's good. As long as it makes sense to somebody. But what about those people that it doesn't make sense to? Yes.
No, but really, I mean, like as of now, like the agents and AI, they're in the hands of a few people, few companies, and it's not like open source and everything. It's like some people, they control it. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Who's in control of this? Who the people who own the technology, who own the backbone, who owns the supercomputers and the cloud. It belongs to some persons, and so it's like everything that we put on the cloud is like, oh, you think it's yours, but it's not.
Okay, so actually that physical machinery belongs to a rich person or a rich corporation. Amy, have you got any views on this?
I mean, I think that there's like, when I heard what you were saying, I was thinking of two things. One is like, who's in charge of the investors, right? Like, and then I wouldn't say they necessarily have the ownership of the data, right? But who's in charge is the money. Where the money's coming from, or like people will follow the money. And so, and then who's in charge of the, who's then responsible and have ownership of the data? Then that's the big companies, right, that are running the platforms.
But I mean, this is Talkaoke. Sorry, Amy. This is Talkaoke Pop-Up Talk Show. Everyone's welcome to join. Stay for as long as little as you want. We've got Izzy, we've got Amy, we've got Margot. What's your name?
Do I have to say something? Yeah.
Just tell us your name.
My name is Katrin.
Katrin, welcome. That's all you need to say. But at the moment we're talking about, Izzy said, we've actually got an internet infrastructure that's machines. It's supercomputers. It's data centers. They're all owned by somebody. They're the ones in charge. It's not a very equitable system. And then Amy said, well, just follow the money. It's the investors. But, I mean, who is actually in charge of all of this? Is it the investors? Do investors really understand what they're investing in?
They probably do. That's why they're investing in it, or they've got people who will tell them what to invest in. So my question is like how to create the alternative to completely opt out, go back into kind of pre-AI way of living, or is it to make money one way or another and then just make sure that you are developing a similar thing, that your billions are just make better bucks than the people who are currently investing in all of this? And in which case, how are you going to do that? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Margot, is that our option, either to opt out completely or to buy in? Are they our options on the table, on this Talkaoke table? Amy?
I mean, unless you're going to be going totally off the grid, where like, even if we're not consciously participating in like you can consciously not participate in a lot of platforms for sure, and we're all still subject to like, just by kind of living in the systems and the different governments that we all live in, and the different systems we live in. There's like, we're subject to some sort of impact from AI that it feels hard to opt out of everything. Like, there's optional stuff, but then there's a lot of stuff.
I just want to say this Talkaoke is totally off-grid. We're battery-powered.
Love it.
Yeah.
Where is this?
We're
appropriate.
We're the people speak. We're
amazing.
On YouTube, so we're actually not quite off-grid.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. But we're not on. By the way, it's up to you. If you don't want to. We're not live on YouTube. No. And we do that because if people don't want to be on YouTube, we just we rewind and delete that bit. Anyway, so it's up to you really if you want to be. But the question is, can we completely go off grid, and how much of a can we half go off grid? Amy, give us a final thought before you go. Where do you want this conversation to go? We're going to be here for 3 days. So what kind of subjects do you want us to cover in those 3 days? And what do you think the big subjects are this year at MozFest here at Poble Español?
I mean, I think it's talking about alternatives. I think it's talking about alternative platforms. I think it's alternative money sources. I think alternative ways of organizing.
Yeah, okay. What does that mean, alternative ways of organizing?
The current ways don't seem to be all working, so we got to think about the other types of collective action.
Okay.
It's back to collective.
About collective action, yeah. We actually started off with a collective here today. Thank you, Amy. We hope to see you back later on. Alternative ways of thinking, alternative ways of organising, alternative ways of funding things. Is it possible? Can you opt out of the system? Can you semi-alternativize, if that's even a word? I've just made an alternative word. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Go.
I want to say like technology is good and sometimes there's like glitches. So for example, the other day I got charged twice from my bank account from PayPal and I'm like, what's going on? It's like my Zoom subscriptions has been taken twice, the same operations, the same amount, but 2 different days. And I'm like, who's there? And I'm the human, who's like suffering from the consequences of an error in the machine.
Okay, all right. Does anyone make sure you're not charged twice for that coffee? Just check that one out. And what would you do if you were charged twice? Who would you complain to? Should we be charged at all? Should we be looking at alternative ways of funding coffee? Or coffee, or Zoom meetings. Do we need to be using Zoom, subscribing to Zoom through PayPal, through these giant platforms? Could we do it in a different way? Why are we're on Zoom, by the way. I won't tell you. We've got a Zoom subscription, so don't think it's just you. Katrine, have you got a Zoom subscription? No.
No.
Are you on PayPal?
Yes.
Okay, have you ever been charged twice?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's good for PayPal. Any views on any of this?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know, okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I think not knowing is very important sometimes because, oops, that's this one.
There's alternatives, but people have to join in so so they become usable.
Yeah. Okay. So alternatives need a groundswell of people to actually be usable. It's no good if there's only 5 people doing the alternative. We need mass support for alternative for them to be usable.
No, but I think, like, you know, the maybe alternative ways of making money to then invest in something. I do think that this kind of effort in making something work collectively is worthwhile, but then it comes with a lot of, I don't know, just a frustration, because people will inevitably do things differently and they'll think differently, which is a good thing, but if you have to make a decision, that's a really annoying thing, right? So it's really nice to have, I mean, I think it's annoying, but it's still worth taking on that effort. But then that means that things will take longer.
Making your own decisions actually takes more effort.
Yeah, because for example, I went to this housing co-op meeting the other week, and it sounds so stupid. I was quite surprised at how stupid it was to me to realize that it was the first time ever that I considered that this idea of getting on the property ladder and buying your own place is just a way of sorting out your living situation. But because it's just such a thing that everybody does or strives for with their lives, then I thought, oh, this is like a standard thing, but it doesn't have to be. Standard thing could be people living in co-ops, for example. Yeah, it's a bit more kind of annoying to organize, but ethically it's better and collectively it's better. But I was like, how did I not think about that? Because it's a lot of mental effort.
So there are alternatives.
Imagine being on the meeting with me. I'll be just like going around in circles.
Yeah, it would be long. Anyway, so we're talking about there are alternatives, but maybe they require more effort. And so, do we have that ability to give more effort?
Yes. So that's also one of the powers of the human being and the human mind is that let's not be lazy and let our reflection go to the machine and let's have a proper critical thinking.
Okay. You're the second person to mention the critical thinking, but does that require effort? And are we willing to give the effort? Why are we so lazy as well? Katrina, have you got any answers to this?
Because it's easy.
Okay, lazy is easy.
Yeah, lazy definitely is easy, but I also kind of realized that, you know, there's so many kind of things they can opt into. And like, for instance, I was listening to this journalist, and he was just like, he was very critical of another journalist who invites people to his program and just lets them speak. It was about freedom of speech. Lets them speak, without explaining or pulling them up on the fact that sometimes they told untrue stuff. And he's rational. This other journalist was saying, like, well, look, as a journalist, you have to explain to people why this person is on your show and what are they saying and what are the potential flaws with their way of thinking. Because people, and he said, because your viewers, your listeners, they don't have time to read through medical journals or whatever. People work 8 hours a day and then they've got families. People don't have time. And I thought, yeah, it's true. We are made to not have time as well, you know, the way our lives are organized. Okay. 8 hours at work.
I mean, there's two ways we can go with this. We can talk about, is the system in a way stopping us from having time to do proper research, to be critical? Come and join us. What are you doing? Audio. Well, come and help us with our audio. Look, we've got problems. Anyway, we did have problems earlier, and we always have problems with the audio. This has come on a plane. Yeah, it's being human. But there's a question about, is the system making us too busy to be critical?
Okay, if you think about it, we don't need to work 8 hours a day. There are enough resources on the world so that humans can live without working so much. So there is really a program. Think about it.
Why are we working 8 hours a day? And how many hours a day do you work?
Well, right now I'm not working.
Okay, that's
yes, like the idea is to see what are we here to do on the planet Earth?
Yeah, okay, what we're here for. Big questions coming up now. Final thought from you, Katrina. You don't necessarily have to answer this question, what are we doing on this planet? But just give us a final thought of anything. It can be whatever's in your head. And grab the mic as well, because you're standing up now.
I really don't know what to say, but yeah, I also think that we don't necessarily have to work 8 hours a day, but yeah.
Who came up with this?
I don't know. I think before people worked even more.
Yeah. So maybe 8 hours was less than what people... Come and join us, yes. Thank you, Katrine. Yes. We've got a new face. So there's so many subjects on the table. Izzy's just hit us for why are we here? What's it all about? Why are we on this planet? But we're talking about... people being critical. A few people so far today have said we need more critical thinking, but Margot pointed out people don't have time to do the critical thinking. They've got to outsource their critical thinking to journalists or other critical thinkers. They don't have time to do it themselves. But is that part of the plan, that we're all being made too busy to have time to do it? So these are some of the questions we're talking about. We've got Margot, we've got Izzy. Tell us your name.
Erwin.
Yeah. So yes, Izzy, I think, wants to say something, and then just tell us what you think.
Yes, definitely. We're going into like really deep questions.
Yeah.
And there are questions that we need to take into account before getting into like the practical parts.
I mean, if we don't know why we're here, then we don't know how to have the discussion about what's it all about, I suppose, isn't it? Yes, come on.
But I think if you tried, like these days, if you try to have a conversation about what's it all about, is it somebody making us want to work 8 hours, suddenly like you're into this territory of like, ooh, conspiracy theory. What do you think there's somebody behind this thing? Is it just the billionaires? Is it? And I think we just got to a point where it's very hard to discuss those deep things. Everything is material, everything is superficial. I work, I make money, I do that, you know.
So once again, we don't have time
it's hard. It's like, yeah.
We're too busy working to know why are we here? What's it all about? These are the questions we're asking. Do we need to... Yes, we do. Yes, we've got...
This is some kind of a musical
No, it's this is Talkaoke Pop-Up Talk Show where we talk about everything and anything. We have got Izzy, we've got Elwin, we have got Margot, we've got me, Mikey. What's your name?
Alec.
Alec, I'm going to hit you with a round of applause. And we've got these people. Yes. Come along.
Oh, there is applause. Can I get a dog sound?
Yeah, you got applause. You got applause. So basically, the discussion's gone like this. We were talking about. People keep saying critical thinking, we need more critical thinking. And then Margot said, well, actually, people don't have time for critical thinking. They've got to outsource their critical thinking to journalists. We don't have time. But is it a plot that we don't have time? Is it the way the system's deliberately designed for us not to think, not have time to find all these alternative ways and just comply? That's where we are right now. Yes.
But then you get these 2-hour talk shows, right? And people love them, and I don't watch them, but somehow they're really popular. So it's kind of weird. I don't think it's a matter of like not having time, but how you choose it. And admittedly, as societies, we're kind of making wrong choices, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So it's more about us making the wrong choices than not having time. Elwin, go and jump in.
Yeah, maybe the thing also starts when we think, are we doing right or wrong? Yeah. I mean, this idea didn't really come up in my mind before. Like in Peru, I live in the mountains, in the rural area, and we didn't have this thought about, oh, we are doing wrong. Not really. So we are doing right and always doing our lives, working hard, and even working hard doesn't mean anything for us. We're just working, we are just living, enjoying the life. So working hard doesn't exist for us.
Okay, so we're just trying to do the right thing. We're just trying to be ourselves, work at work. Maybe we're not working hard, man. We're just working. I have to say, personally, I feel like this. Like, for example, today, you might call it working. It's not really work. It's just passing a microphone around, finding out what people have got to say. It's not really work. It's not like shoveling coal or something like that, is it? It's quite good fun. Okay, yes.
Yeah, but I think in a world where you just like you've got an alternative of like working as in an aforementioned marketing department where you just spin bullshit on the screens all day long, every day of the year, and then you've got coal shoving. I would prefer coal shoving as just for something different. Do you know what I mean?
So
but
you'd rather be a miner than a marketer?
I think it puts things in perspective. Yeah, you know what? I would definitely work physically rather than work in marketing department. I would just not want to do that. Okay. But what I wanted to say is like his point about talk shows. I recently listened to a podcast. They were talking about
He was saying he doesn't listen to 2-hour talk shows. He's not going to listen to this one.
No, he's not. So that's fine. So it doesn't matter what we say about what he said. Exactly. We can create gossip right now. But no. But what I wanted to say is there's a podcast that I follow. It's like a Polish kind of. It's sometimes, yeah. But they were talking about this philosophy. You know, was it Chul Han? I can't remember his first name. He wrote Society of Burnout or something like this. Yeah. Anyway, they were talking about him. And I thought, that's going to be great. And I've got Mike for the photo. Yeah! Youpee! And I thought, this is going to be a very interesting podcast because I'm vaguely interested in what this guy has to say. And the host had the most boring people.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to listen to it. What they're saying is good stuff, but it's so boring. They had such drony voices and and I was like, the reason why people listen to 2-hour podcasts and longer is because there's a human kind of excitement, there's the humor, there's all those things. So yes, that's it. That's what I want to say.
I will say people with drony voices are allowed on this talk show. But I might just give them the mic only for 10 or 15 seconds because part of doing this job is just seeing how interested, how engaged people are, and where the conversation really wants to go. Yes, come and join us. Yes, you can. Yeah, 2 minutes. Yes. Okay, later. Yeah. It's moved to here. This is where all the appointments are. Anyway, where are we going to go with this conversation? At the moment we're talking about time. Elwin is saying that actually people just are enjoying themselves. People feel like they're making them. you know, this thing about the evil intentions of the big corporations, do people really feel like they're evil? They feel like they're doing the right thing. They feel like they're working hard, they're working for a better place, even if they are working for Meta. But, or working in the marketing department. They feel like they're doing the right thing. Yeah.
But this is because they don't have the critical thinking that Izzy was talking about. It's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing in your job? What are you working for? If you're saying that there's enough resources, and if this is true, then why are we working? You know, are people stopping and asking that question?
I mean, why are we working?
To ask those questions, not just, I don't have time to critical think. Like, come on, you don't have time to be human then, or?
I mean, that was always the question, the AI question, is like, will we need to work when that AI comes in? I mean, I think people don't ask that question anymore. Yeah.
Okay, think about work as a kind of slavery.
Yeah. Okay, so is work a kind of slavery? Elwin,
probably not. Yeah, probably not anymore nowadays. Like it's a normal way.
Do you work?
Yeah, I work. I do research and also do teaching at the university. But
do you feel like you're a slave to the university?
Not really, because they have. It's very flexible, different perhaps. I'm not full time, like from 24 hours there or 40 hours a week. But I feel like working is part of the student's life, teacher's life, and slavery probably not, because I choose what I was doing. I choose also what I would like to teach. So I'm somehow lucky on that aspect.
Okay, what are you teaching?
What
are you choosing to teach, I should say?
Because I decided to spread the word about the Quechua languages. And I offered to the university, okay, I'm a native speaker, I'm into linguistics, and I would like to teach Quechua at the linguistics department. And they said, yes, that's a good idea. So they accepted it.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing what I like. I collect voices on Common Voice here at Mozilla. And regards that, I use that material resources as well to teach the students.
I mean, is it really work? Because it sounds like you're really enjoying yourself. You're just recording people. You're, I don't know, somehow analyzing this language. Is that really work?
I wouldn't call it work, because all the things that I'm doing, it's more or less for fun. Also, that fulfills me. So, wouldn't call it work, probably.
Okay. All right, so interesting. Is it work if you're enjoying it? If Elwin's got a great job recording Quechua, recording Quechua people and analysing the conversation. Is that work? Is that better than your job? Is it slavery? Is he saying work is slavery? I think in this case we can probably say it's not slavery.
But maybe the inequality line runs not between people who have got money and don't have money. It's like people who love what they do and people who don't love what they do. Maybe that is the inequality line. I do, yeah.
What do you do? Come on, tell us.
Just chatting on the mic. No, but I run.
That's a great job.
No, I run. I'm an artist, but I also run an organisation that's maybe has got less fun parts in it. But you can see how this is essential for doing the work that I'm doing at the People Speak. But yeah, so I think maybe the real inequality is people who love their jobs, who had the balls or the ovaries to make their passion their job, and people who have not. You know?
Okay.
Have not had that courage to do it.
Do you love your job? Unemployed. Oh, right. Come and join us. Come and employ yourself here. Yes. Okay, get yourself a coffee, and then we can talk about. We've talked about bringing in the marginalised voices into this conversation. We've got unemployed person there, so this is our perfect opportunity to do that. Where are we going to go with this conversation? Do we want to talk about the jobs that we love? Is it really working if you're doing a really fun job? There's always difficult bits. I'm sure there's difficult bits to your job. There's non-fun bits to the job.
We can have questions like, how does AI and technology help people find their purpose in life?
Yeah. Okay, can technology actually help us find our purpose?
Like how?
How?
How? I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Okay,
an example.
Okay, can technology actually help us find our purpose? Elwin, what do you think?
Yeah, probably yes, if we know how to use it, probably.
Okay.
And it's not easy to find a way because everybody can build something on top of it, but it's not really a choice.
Is it just a question of asking ChatGPT, what is my purpose? Or Claude, which language model would you ask your purpose to? Would it know? Have you got a purpose in life? And did you ask ChatGPT for that purpose? What? I don't know if that was a yes or a no. I don't know. Come and join us. Yes. This is Talkaoke Pop-Up Talk Show. It's a free-form talk show. This person's going to join as well. Yes, come and join us. We have got Izzy. We've got Elwin. We have got Margot. We have got
Matt
and
Nina. Yes, Nina.
And Mikey. At the moment we're talking, there's a few different things. We're talking about work. Izzy said work is slavery. Elwin said my job is recording Quechua people and analysing their conversation. It doesn't feel like slavery to me. It feels it's quite fun. My job as well is quite fun, just simply passing a microphone around, listen to what people have got to say. But then we've moved on to, can technology actually help us find a purpose in life, find that job that is us, find our calling? Can we ask artificial intelligence to tell us what our purpose is? You say yes?
Yeah, 100%.
Have you done that?
No, I haven't, because I have been trying to find my purpose for longer than AI existed. So.
Okay. I mean, have you tried just putting it into ChatGPT? What is my purpose?
Yeah, and usually it says, Nina, you know what your purpose is. You're amazing. And I'm like, yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Yeah, all right. There we go. There we are. Yeah.
No, but I wonder whether it kind of helps, you know, because with ChatGPT and all that kind of stuff, you can ask very detailed questions, you can write a really specific prompt and stuff. But maybe the finding the life purpose is much simpler. Is just, are you for humans or are you against humans? And what I mean by that is, you know, is your job helping? Is your purpose helping advance humans, make humans? You know, maybe it's just like A or B.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think most people.
Are you helping? Yeah, but if you're working in AI or AGI or whatever, if you're developing technology that maybe can be more harmful than positive, then maybe you just need to ask yourself again.
Let's ask this person.
Just don't get into too much detail.
People?
Are you helpful?
Do you feel like your job helps people? Yeah. Okay, there you go. You see, I've got this argument now with Margot that she was saying. You're either helping people with humans or you're hindering people, but I think everyone would say they're helping people, wouldn't they? Even you. Especially you. Okay, come and join us. We have got Elwin, we've got Matt, we have got Nina, we've got Margot. I'm Mikey, what's your name?
Virgil.
Virgil?
Yes.
How are you helping people?
I'm working in the French government.
Okay.
And we are building this La Suite.
Okay.
Which is
Is your job to put the stickers on?
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Now it's a full-blown alternative to the digital workspace from Microsoft and Google.
Right.
Built from the government by government developers.
This is a question from about an hour ago, but do you trust your government?
No, not especially.
Okay, you don't trust them, but you're working. No, because different people from different countries trusted their governments different amounts. Like Spain, it was a kind of like maybe. India, it was a, and you know, other countries. It depends. Some people trust the governments more, but you're actually working for the government, doing something good. You're creating an alternative workspace. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it's actually. My work for the government doesn't mean I trust it. Everything we build is MIT open source, and we're actually put it in the hands of many other people, so that not only the government is the chief of this.
Okay, interesting, very interesting. Okay.
Okay, so it's in a way you can work for a terrible employer as long as you do something good with it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, so you mentioned MIT. Do you trust MIT more than you trust the French government?
It's a license.
Yeah.
I don't know MIT.
No, okay, but...
I've never been there, so I don't know.
Okay, all right. I mean, it comes back to that whole question of who do we trust? Do we all feel like we're doing something good? Is it just the people in MozFest that feel like they're doing something good? Nina, do you feel like you're contributing to the world? You're doing something
100%.
good? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I really try to help as much as possible because that makes me really happy. So I guess I'm not helping. I'm only helping myself because it makes me feel good. But I don't know. Like, I think we all do try to help in some way or another way, and AI can be a great tool for that. I feel like we give so much meaning to it. It's actually people who fuck it up.
Okay. I mean, who are the people that fuck it up? Because it seems like all the people, I don't know, maybe they don't come to MozFest, but it seems like everyone seems to be contributing well, everyone seems to be creating, I mean, this is what's the name of your system?
La Suite.
La Suite. Okay, I'm gonna, La Suite, making great things. Who's fucking it up? I mean, is anyone actually, you know?
No, but I'm just thinking, you know, like doing this Talkaoke, for example, at an event sponsored by Shell. Okay, Shell is pretty bad, but you're doing something good. You're kind of getting people to think about, you know, to think. Full stop. Get people to think. Get the critical thinking going, and maybe they'll ask the right questions. And it won't be you confronting Shell. Maybe the other people go like, "Oh, actually, is it really good?"
Yeah.
Or
that's actually what happened when we did the gig for Shell. We've done the gig for Shell. Actually, we have worked for Shell, and we did get other people confronting the CEO of Shell. We didn't get any more gigs, but nevertheless, it did happen. So I don't know, but is it right to work for Shell if you're creating that situation? I don't know. We're still serving the beast. I don't know. These are all questions to be answered here by you, not by me.
Like, okay, so I have a fashion startup which basically connects tailors, global tailors, with you know, customers that need custom-made clothing, and with that we are trying to cut fast fashion by actually cutting the middleman and giving the stuff to act like directly to the tailor. But like at the same time we are using AI, and AI is really bad for the climate. So it's like we can conquer fast fashion and health and safety of workers, but at the same time, because we're automating a bunch of things because we're trying to be lean, we are using AI. So it's like that's like my like it's you know, it's like all about consequences, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, okay, so you're doing something good, you're doing something bad to do something good. Is it okay? Should you just be like working out the maths on a piece of paper rather than using AI to make yourself more lean? You'll never win.
Yeah, we'll never win if we don't fight it like that. So it's.
All right. Okay. So we need to use AI.
I like to say this is like the yin and the yang. That in the yin there's yang, and in the yang there's yin. And so, of course, in the good there's bad, and in the bad there's good.
Okay. That's I don't know what sound effect I'm gonna do for that one. That's maybe a.
You need to invite one. You need to invite one.
Okay. If you could suggest, we have got space on the sound effects pad. I'm gonna get rid of this one.
So I mean, like, okay, so are we focusing? Okay, again, just like simplifying the choices, because it could be so many different things. But if we simplify it, do we want to? Do we focus on people or do we focus on the planet?
I mean, I like it from Nina.
Are we focusing on now or are we focusing on future? Simple questions.
I like what Nina's saying about trying to connect people, trying to dismantle fast fashion, big fashion corporations. Have you thought about all the MozFest T-shirts that are just made?
MozFest.
Yeah, should it be MozFest rather than MozFest? And should they be repurposed, upcycled T-shirts rather than brand new printed T-shirts every year? So these are the questions. But MozFest was saying that we're doing good by printing these T-shirts in a sweatshop in Bangladesh, because we can't do it more expensively because we're trying to promote MozFest. And you're saying it's okay for us to use AI because we're undermining the fast fashion. So I don't know. It's difficult choices. I don't know if it's simple. Is it simple? Is it difficult? What do people think? Go on, Virgil.
I do think that where there is irresponsibility from the people who are building AI systems is they are basically selling us snake oil, saying it's magic.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. And the more they say it's magic, the more money gets in, the more there will be a big bubble, and the more everyone will be disappointed. So yeah, let's use AIs, but let's not buy the bullshit, And I think what's nice about AI is that a lot of people are trying to build it open source and actually looking into these systems, and I think you should be serving your own AI and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Actually, I tell you what, the public servants love AI, because I'll tell you another thing, all the procedures of the public servants are already in the training data.
Yeah.
So if you're a fiscal agent saying, yeah, I'm in this difficult fiscal situation, the AI will tell you exactly like what the person needs to do, because it's already, the data is already in there.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, the technology is there. When the technology is out the bag, you use it. But some people should call the bullshit.
Okay. So use AI critically, call it when it's bullshit, but if you need it to fill out a tax form, then that's fine. What's the problem? Nina, give us a final thought. I hope we didn't get a little bit too critical of you and using AI.
You guys just remind me that I have an installation down there, and I probably need to check on it and see if it's okay.
Tell us what's happening.
Well, it's really interesting, actually. Yeah. So I have these two butterflies, and basically people come and they share their opinion about AI, and then the AI extrapolates the meaning and decides if it's positive or negative, and then the butterfly lights up like a butterfly effect. But it's been really interesting to see actually how it works, because the system under the hood is very, very simple. And I was stressing, I was like, oh, this is so simple. But it was really interesting to see people come in and actually bring magic to it. And it made me think like, oh, like AI is not magical. It's really not. It's actually the people. Yeah, they make it magical. They ask the interesting questions, and like it's so interesting. Anyway, that's my thing.
That's a big final thought. The people is what provides the magic. And it's not the AI system that provides the magic. Are you off, Virgil? Give us a final thought.
I was just going to pee, so I need to pee.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's a fine. That's it. We call that. Yeah. Anyway. Yes.
But it's funny that Virgil is now going after saying, "Oh, you need to just have people who call the bullshit." Like how much agency do you have to call out bullshit when you work for the government or for Meta? Like, what does it mean? Or
we will never on Talkaoke. We never call the bullshit. We never say that's bullshit. We just other people around the table can say that, but me in the middle, that's not my job to call the bullshit. It's Anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but I just mean, like, what is there at stake? Because, like, yeah, I think on the ethical level, it's nice to call out the bullshit, but if your 8-hour working day hinges on that, and the money that you bring in and the mortgage that you're paying, like, you're going to do that? Probably not going to do that.
Okay, yeah, sometimes it can be expensive to call the bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a possibility to just like give a twist to what you do. I mean, if we think of like the invention of internet itself, like it was the military. It was a military project, and I think that the hippie culture and the anarchist culture of the people who were working on it infused in its design. In its design.
But it was actually the people that commissioned it were military people.
Yeah, and basically they were like smart enough to say, okay, they want something you cannot destroy, but if you cannot destroy it, you cannot control it. So let's do this. We can use it for our own advantage.
Yeah.
So it's like I know the structure that Virgil works at, and it's lots. Yeah, I mean it's a bigger. They do other things, lots of other things, really cool things, like UMAP or like it's a bunch of people that do like really interesting stuff. And even if like the government says like, hey, let's build something like a workspace or as a Google Drive alternative or whatever, these people will always like twist the design so that in the end it cannot be only controlled by the few people who ask for it.
Yeah.
So it's like also a matter of responsibility of how you design things.
Okay.
Like for example, if your company asks you to build a software and it's open source, great, but it only works on Google Cloud, then that's bad. That's the bad design. You have to design something that, okay, it's open source, but also it's not like dependent on any central thing, and has to be self-hostable and things like that. And I know, like for example, these people do everything like that's all what they do. So I don't think it has to be like tainted as negative to look at who pays for it.
Yeah.
Like even, I mean, I work for Mozilla, and we can look at who pays for Mozilla, and we can also be very critical if we want.
So, I mean, earlier on someone said follow the money, but maybe that's not right, because the people with the money don't know what they're actually buying, and it's the engineers and designers that are building these things. Come and join us, yes! Oh yes, we've got Margot, we've got Matt. We're here all afternoon. Is it afternoon yet? I don't know. Yeah, it is. But yes, this is Talkaoke. So that's an important point from Matt, I think, that actually there's almost a kind of subversive element from the people that are actually called in to make these systems, that they try to make them open, they try to make them distributed and a bit more free than what the people at the top are actually envisaging.
But this is I guess that's the essence of being a hacker as well. You know, just hacking is a state of, like, it's a way of doing things, not a state of mind, but like, well, somewhat. Yeah. But it's a way of doing things. So you could be working in the driest job possible, but how do you kind of hack it? How do you make it? For example, I really love the example of open source but dependent on other things. But how do you kind of use your intelligence and your knowledge to really subvert it? So it's like, this kind of hacking as a way of moving forward. I really like that. And also, wasn't microwave also developed by the military?
Was the microwave oven, was it originally a military?
Look, everybody's people have got proper ovens, but microwave was the
accident. I heard it was an accident, like somebody walking on waves, and he had like a chocolate bar in his pocket. And it was melted, and it was like, oh, what's going on? And then you realize, like, what's happening? And I realized that microwave were heating.
Maybe it's time to put on the lead underpants, really, isn't it? But anyway, okay, so a lot of things created by the military, but subverted by the real people. Changed by the hacked, redesigned by the engineers, working for the man but working for the people. That's what we're talking about here. And yes, where do we want to take this conversation? Is it time for a little changeover, refresh? We're working for Mozilla, but have we got Mozilla's agenda at heart, or have we got our own agenda for the people? We're the Trojan horse here. We're actually working for the people. Anyway, we'll leave all of those questions to Margot. Margot's going to go in the middle. We're going to keep this conversation going. Owen, we want a final thought from you if you're going to go.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I think there's a great event here. So my thoughts on the questions that we discussed probably are the best. I think there is no ideal job. There is no ideal hours. There is no ideal event. So everything is relative as far as you enjoy it. So great. Keep the enjoyment and do great.
No,
Thank you very much. All right. Here I am sitting on this tiny chair. Thank you so much, Owen, for being involved. It is small, but it's sturdy. Oh, yeah. Stirred. Don't be disturbed. Take some photos on my phone as well. So, Miran, if you're watching this, Miran, if you're editing this, you can cut this change over. Oh, sad music. You know, this reminds me when I started learning French and then I gave up. I just didn't have the persistence, you know? That's what it was. Anyway, do you have... What languages do you speak? What language do you speak? Afrikaans, okay. Damn. Well, I can only say something. It sounds rude, but it's not rude.
Everything in Afrikaans sounds rude.
Everything's rude? Okay, oh, that's fine. That's okay. No worries, hold on to this. Okay, so we've got sad music playing. Okay, and we're gonna start from here. So here we are, MozFest day 1. There's some French chat going on here, which we don't mind because we love languages here on this table. The coffee machine is working there, that's all very good. Yeah, let's just find out who's around the table. Well, my name is Margot, first off. That hasn't changed. Who do we have here?
Hello, my name's Mikey.
Mikey, welcome. Your face sounds familiar. What's your name? Izzy. Izzy, welcome. You're staying, you're going. You can sit with a mic. Oh, you can smile. Listen, it's not like it's hundreds of people here.
I just realized there's a camera. I didn't want to.
Okay, well, we can cut your participation. Don't worry. You just say the word, and this will be cut. Okay, Miran, if you're watching this, cut the bit when Matthew is there. Not because he's smoking. Anyway. Listen, I've just started here in the middle, so what do you guys want to talk about? Anything that we talked about before?
If you're okay, I can say here.
Do you have a subject? Is smoking...
Yeah, I mean, subject. Yeah, I think there is something about open source that maybe 10 years ago open source was like the maximum fight. I think more or less open source has won. Most AI engines and most projects, like critical projects, are open source. But now it's all about data. It's all about ethical features. It's all about final purpose or indirect purpose of software.
So has it gone deeper, basically? That's what's happening, or have we just gone a bit deeper? And also, there's more than one open source, which is interesting as well. Mikey, and then I'll come to you, Izzy.
Well, I just want to say that it's a little bit of a shallow victory because. Yeah, I remember, I've been doing this 28 years, this Talkaoke business, and put the sad music on. And, when we started with the Talkaoke, everyone was so excited about the possibilities of the internet. Everyone's going to get this free information, they're going to make the right decisions.
Are you excited about the internet? Sorry, just wondering.
Am I excited about the internet?
Sorry, Mikey, we'll come back to you. Are you still excited about the internet? Come and join Talkaoke for 2 minutes, answer the question, and or listen. I don't know. Do whatever you want. This is a free form. Okay. I'm Margot, we've got Mikey, whom I just cut off, but that's okay. We've got Izzy, we've got Matt, and this is Talkaoke. It's a pop-up talk show. People just talk, but are you still... Mikey was saying, back in the day, people were really excited about the internet. You're talking about open source, that was the thing. Suddenly there's hundreds. What's your name? And are you
My name is Aaron.
Aaron, welcome. And are you excited by about the internet still? Thank you, Have you ever been?
Yeah, I think when I was younger and I was first discovering the internet, I was really excited by it because it was so many new things I'd never experienced before. And actually, in many ways, some of the things I used to enjoy about the internet are kind of gone a little bit. But
what do you miss?
What I kind of miss actually is I don't know if this is just me, it's probably still there, but maybe I'm just getting older, but I miss making friends on the internet. I used to feel like I could, play games or be in forums and I'd make friends, and now, even though we have social media and of course you can speak to anyone you want, I just don't find you make friends the way you used to, yeah.
Okay, so the internet was also a place, it was open source for friendships, but now it's not, Mikey?
I just want to finish my point that I was making, but there was a place of possibility, and yes, you make friends, or the whole world would... I'll take that's my cup, thank you. The whole world was going to become friends, they were going to get the real, true information, and it was going to be a utopia of... truth and fairness, equity, and it just didn't go that way.
Yeah, well, maybe it did.
It did, and I think
just weren't on the right page.
I think we're in the yin-yang situation. I think it reflects humanity in some way. I mean, like internet is used for dealing drugs and sex trafficking and everything, and that's not a reason to like cancel the whole thing, right? And yeah, I think it became like a common good, so it's not even like a matter of it should exist or not. I think what I miss the most is like the excitement that we used to have when it was like niche. And I recently found out about like really small projects. I mean, maybe they're big, I don't want to insult, but they felt like small compared to the internet, like a project like Gemini, which is like a text-based network, or even projects like Noster, which are like decentralized by design. I really like the idea of having an internet where web pages are hosted on the terminal points of the network. And
so there is still so you enjoy the kind of the niche aspect of the internet, which maybe isn't so much happening these days, but it still is happening.
Yeah, it's still happening. It's like, I mean, I think we can find the excitement that we used to have when internet was like in its early days in projects that are trying to decentralize the I mean, internet by design is decentralized, but it became centralized for commercial reasons. And there are still very interesting projects which are not non-commercial, ongoing, decentralized by design, kind of like project like Noster is really interesting. It's like you've got relays, and you don't have an app store. All the data is transmitted by the relays without the possibility to introspect what's going through the pipes, and you can be used for everything. I mean, it can be,
But you're talking about this kind of this excitement. So can we be more excited about decentralization? This is the question. I mean, are you, Mikey, excited?
I mean, maybe my disappointment then is actually about the human race rather than the system.
Back to humans.
Because, like, what is the internet generally used for? It's not used for these decentralized niche. Well, it is, but only by a decentralized niche bunch of people. But most people just use it for, like, checking their Instagram. And post or TikTok dancing.
Yeah.
That is what it is really in reality. If an alien came and sort of looked at the internet, that's what they'd think it was about. Yeah, they would go to alien would go to TikTok.
Okay, to find out something about human race. What is TikTok telling us about us? Who goes on a NASA, and who are those people? What would alien glean from studying people like yourself and people who are into the niche? I mean, are you? So you mentioned about making friends in a kind of genuine way, maybe. But is there a problem of the internet? Is it a problem of the human race? We're going big here on this table. Are you disappointed in the human race? And are you excited by decentralization?
I think there's lots of reasons to be disappointed in some of the things humans do, but if you're talking about decentralization, while I don't participate in any like serious decentralization frameworks, I do think that like, you know, things like these projects are a real testament to like how much good we can do when we actually like contribute our own labor, our own efforts. I do recognize that like certain communities only exist not because of a financial incentive, but the incentives of ordinary people dedicating their time, their effort to maintaining something special to them, and that isn't disappointing at all. That gives me a little bit of hope, actually.
Okay, so there is a little bit of hope on this in this hopeless place of the internet and NASA websites and social media and TikTok. Welcome to Talkaoke. That's what you just stopped by. This is it. Thank you. Give us a final thought before you go. But before you give us your final thought, that's pretty good what you said already. But we want more. We've got Izzy, we've got Matthew, we've got Mikey. My name is Margaret. This is our Aaron, and what's your name?
Andres.
Andres, welcome. Talking about, are we just disappointed about the internet, or are we disappointed about the humans who are just like letting everyone down? Internet used to be something subversive, something niche, something decentral. Sorry, Aaron, it was just too small, too slow. It was about decentralizing things, systems, but now it's just a bit commercial. Like it still happens, but is it as good? Anyway, are you on the internet?
I am on the internet.
In what form? Come, are you on the internet?
Yeah.
Are you subverting the system? Subverting the system on the internet?
I try to, but I don't know if I'm successful.
Okay, give us your name.
Andreu.
Andreu and Andres?
Yes.
Okay, great. You can sit here. We've got Mikey, we've got Izzy, we've got Matthew and Margaret. This is Talkaoke. So you're on the internet, maybe subverting it somewhat. Andres, are you subverting it?
Well, we try to defend and protect human rights on the internet.
Okay.
We are a digital rights. I work for a digital rights organization based in Spain, but most of our work has been in Latin America, and yeah, we're seeing very dangerous trends on how humans, especially humans in power or with power, subverting the spirit of the internet for control and for limiting people's human rights and expression.
I mean, you mentioned that you mostly work in South America, right? And Spain. Spain. Are these areas particularly kind of vulnerable to this subversion?
Well, everywhere that power has more capacity to control people's lives in ways that are a threat against human rights, against civic liberties, then sure, they will try to also implement those forms of control on the internet. Unfortunately, while the internet continues to be a space that we can take advantage for exercising our rights, the technology also supports the massive violation of those rights. So massive surveillance, massive censorship, and so many other ways of affecting control over people.
Okay. So human rights are being attacked, I suppose, in South America in particular, but also, yeah, it's just something to be aware of: mass surveillance and abuse of power. I mean, anybody here concerned about human rights? Are your human rights being infringed, Mikey?
Probably, but
worried about that?
to be honest, this doesn't keep me up at night. I have to say, but other people's human rights being infringed does keep me up. And I wonder if, like, these powerful people have always been doing bad stuff, but maybe it's just that we know about it more, so we just are more aware of it. So it seems like it's, I don't know. For me, it sort of seems like the powerful interests, the oppressive interests are actually taking over. They've sort of learned how to use the internet, but when they didn't really know how to use it before.
Okay, so you learn on the job. If you want to abuse human rights, you just figure out how to do it. You just have to agree that this is what you want to do. But Andres, you are. What do you do? Like, how do you subvert the system? And join us if you'd like to. Anyone?
So I was working on corporate. I left it. Now I'm trying to. Now I'm trying to create a workers' own tech co-op. We are working on local first software, so we try to divest from big tech to help people to put their money and their time and focus on alternative tools other than the ones that Google, Microsoft, Apple, and all those companies bring to us. Mostly because when we pay money to them in one way or another, they use a little bit of that money to do ugly stuff to all of us, or sometimes to just small collectives. But anyway, it's ugly, and we want to stop that. So yeah, I don't know if we'll make a big difference, but we are trying.
Okay, I mean, it sounds pretty cool. Tech co-op. Are you in a tech co-op? Would you? No, Munch. You're in a Munch club, right? No, I'm just reading what's on your bag. Yeah. Come and join us. Come and munch on some conversation here with us. We've got Andres. We've got Andres. Andres and Andres. We've got Izzy. We've got Matthew. My name is Margaret. What's your name? Azin. We're talking about subverting the powers. Are you subverting the powers? Are you in a co-op? Do you know what a co-op is?
No, I don't know what a co-op is.
Okay, well, come and join us for a second. Where are you going?
To this place, I think. To
a coffee place? Well, I don't blame you. Mine is flat white. No worries. We'll catch you later. But so we've got Andres. Okay, so this is interesting because we've been talking about investing. You've left corporates, and now you are getting people to invest differently. You were talking about open source as well, and what kind of open source is this new invention if it's still relying on Google Cloud, for example? So this is people doing something differently. I mean, Izzy, are you happy with how things are kind of turning out here? I know we we talked about all sorts of. Are you happy with how people dealing with sticking it to the man, the big tech?
I think that the opportunity here is to have critical thinking, and that's really good.
Okay, come and join us. Do you have any critical thinking? You don't have to, it's not a prerequisite. Come and join us. We've got Andres, we've got Mike, we've got Izzy, we've got Matthew. My name is Margot. This is Talkaoke. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Daniel, welcome, Daniel. So far we're talking about what's it all about. You are putting your backpack on.
Yeah.
Do you have a final thought for us? Are you leaving? You don't have to be leaving.
I mean, I'm volunteering at 2 and I have lunch. But final thought. That's a tough one.
Pensée finale.
Yeah. I think What's important is to never surrender. Maybe things can look bad from one side, but there is always action and reaction. Like the more oppression there is usually the more resistance, and keep fighting on the bright side,
Okay, so fight. That's the message from Matthew. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy your volunteering. We are here all day today and tomorrow. I mean, who is here fighting? Who's a fighter? Thank you so much. Daniel, are you a fighter? Come and join us if you want to as well for 2 seconds.
I have no idea what's going on here, honestly.
No, you know what? You're not the only one, to be honest. This is Talkaoke. We're just passing this microphone around. We're just having a conversation. I can do a little recap. See you later, Matthew. We heard from Andres that he used to work for corporate, but then he kind of left that. Now you're running a tech co-op, right? Just to do things differently. We're talking about alternatives. I'm cycling back to like a couple of hours ago. What are our ethical choices when it comes to the internet? Is it just choose your... Andres, who was sitting here, he's probably going to come back. Is it just choose your way of oppressing other people and just figure out how to do it? Like, that's what big companies are doing. This is human rights abuse. That's how it works, apparently. Mike, you're not worried about your human rights being infringed, but you think about other people and their rights being affected. It's just a conversation. We just throw stuff in and we just see what sticks. Any direction.
You can take it in any direction you want. I mean, I'm just thinking back to Paloma that was here about an hour ago, second person to join, saying that as designers, as engineers, they're the ones that are making the decisions that have very negative consequences. Although somebody else said, well, actually it's the designers and engineers that kind of subverted the internet as it began as a military venture in the first place. So, when we've got that context that the internet began as a military venture, maybe that subversion does happen, but we need to keep going with the subversion. We need to but where the fight needs to happen is that those platforms, maybe toxic platforms, we need to persuade those designers to actually redesign those to be less toxic. I think that.
Yeah. Redesign. I mean,
I have a thought about this. Where was I going with this? Sorry. I think generally this is kind of a thing about platforms and about what you said about convincing designers to design them better. I think generally this kind of platform should be owned by the people. It should be decentralized, all of this stuff, so that it can't be done. Because if it can be done, if it is centralized, it will always be done. Someone will always try to seize that power. Someone will always try to use that power for their own gain.
Oh, sorry, I'm raising it. But sorry, because I was on the outside, so I just got this kind of like raise the finger kind of mentality. But I'm gonna break. But this is an excellent point. So, if you decentralize it, then it's up to people to decide what is done with their platform. But like, we were talking about trust back in the day. That's today. Do we trust the people that we are on this journey with? Yeah, Andres.
So I wanted to point out something. I heard these words from someone else. I don't remember who, but it's stuck to me. That we shouldn't call them platforms because that name came from, the idea you have an open platform like the physical platform where people go up, there's free access and they go up and they speak, but that's not what we have, right? Like we have a controlled space where, a vetted space where someone decides who goes up and who doesn't. So first step would be to change the name that we apply to those things. Definitely not platforms.
What would be a better name?
I don't know, but I would.
No, no.
I really don't know. But besides that, I agree with him. I don't think that there's any chance or hope for these platforms to be redesigned because they are owned by some people with a very particular set of interests. So we need to create our own places that are, controlled by the people, by a diverse set of people. That's really important. Like if we only have a very narrow group of people controlling the place, it's gonna derail pretty soon.
And also, thank you for this point. And also, it just kind of breaks down a platform, what it means to have a platform, and can the words kind of mislead us into things? And also, are we representing everyone, including the frog community? Luckily we are.
I mean, we definitely don't want a derailing at the platform because that would be quite catastrophic. But I think this has been tried many, many times. Like I can remember about 15 to 20 years ago, there was like these guys that came up with a social media system that was completely distributed, and it just worked. It was just like an end-to-end thing. I can't even remember what it's called now, but it was such a good idea, but nobody used it. And the architecture was there 20 years ago. And my worry about this nationalised or internationalised free open platform is that they do exist, but just nobody uses them.
Okay, so they don't, are they like the marketing department to promote them? Welcome to New Face. My name is Margot. We've got Izzy. We've got Mikey. We've got Daniel. We've got Andres. What's your name?
Yo.
You're welcome, and maybe other people who are getting coffee currently, you're welcome to join here. This is Talkaoke. Yeah, Daniel.
Yes, I do have a thought. Honestly, I think this kind of ties back into, I don't know who it was who said it, that we need to keep fighting on the right side. We need to fight. I think generally, in the recent years, it is coming to people's attention, the dangers, the harms that these closed platforms are doing. And I think, yes, we've had these platforms for a long time. There are still some flaws with them. There always have been. We are always improving them. But I think generally they are now at a point that they weren't so much time ago. But my main point is, it is absolutely true that it is difficult to get people onto these platforms.
Okay.
And I think...
Give us a final thought, Andres, before you go, and then I will release you into the wild. Go on.
I think that ties back into the fight, because we need to collectively decide. We need to collectively move to these open platforms, because that's the danger of these. That's another danger of these closed platforms, is that once they get their hooks on the world, once everyone is using them, it is very difficult for anyone to leave, because let's say you leave a chat app that everyone uses, then you can't chat with anyone because everyone is on the other app.
Okay, so maybe the fight is, thank you, Daniel, I think it's a great point. So do we need to fight to make alternative platforms more exciting, to get people on the journey with us? Andres, you're going, we've got a new face around the table. What's your name?
Roberto.
Roberto, welcome. My name is Margot. You may or may not know this. Thank you, Daniel. Andres, you're going, give us final thoughts? About anything or something completely.
So just responding to what was your name?
It's Mikey.
What Mikey said what Mikey said before, like that we don't have those alternatives and they are not working. I disagree. It's true that maybe they are not mainstream, but we have some of these platforms running pretty well. People are pretty happy when inside of them. Like we have Mastodon and we have other Fediverse communities. They are really working for many of us. We get to know a lot of new people. We get to share ideas. We get to discover ideas through them. And we do that in a very peaceful way, in a cordial way. We don't discuss, we don't fight, like maybe sometimes, but it's not as crazy as in Twitter or X or whatever is it now. So I think that there's hope for that. We don't have to go all the way to super technical ideas or something super complex. Like Mastodon is pretty basic, like ActivityPub, all those platforms, protocols are simple. And yes, I know they are not competitive against the big platforms, but they work. We have governments and institutions working inside those, like Mastodon, for example. It's not just the geeks inside. We have co-ops inside. We have social movements. Yes, it would be nice if we had more people inside, but I think that's not what we really are looking for. Like, it would be nice if there's another entirely different platform which is not Mastodon and it also works. The point is, let's make it community driven. Let's make it managed by the people, not just by a big corporation.
So it's not okay. So it's not about going mainstream. It's more about like a different way of working, lots of different alternatives. And also, Ayo, you've not said anything. Thank you so much, Andres. We're here all day. Mike, I know you've got a point, but I'm going to go to Ayo. But do you have any thoughts about this? Are you on Mastodon?
I don't even know what was the topic of discussion.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't actually matter because it changes all the time. So anything that they said made you.
If it was like new app launch and also like customer, gaining customers, it was really hard for me to switch from, like, for example, from Facebook to like TikTok.
But have you done it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do social media full time. I am content creator on TikTok, and it makes me a lot of money. It makes me like famous in my country where I come from. But even though I'm addicted to this app, I have worked on this app. I really love to try new apps. For example, Burial was the app that caught my attention not long ago. Threads was the app that caught my attention too, but it was nothing exciting. It was nothing new. They had no values, no new values, like suggesting to us. Threads was like mocking Twitter, and if you're not suggesting, if you're not giving communities and people something new and something exciting, it's not gonna work out. Yeah.
Okay. So it's about alternatives, but they have to really provide something new for people, give them an incentive to join. I mean, well done for even trying to get off TikTok. I mean, but are you still on TikTok, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love TikTok, and I post daily on TikTok, and I have almost 200,000 people watching me like every day.
Is it a good thing? I'll come back to you, Mikey. You're bursting to say something.
No, Richard. Well, it's going back to what Andre was saying about, why not just go onto Mastodon? We went onto Mastodon.
And what happened there?
There was nobody there. We just posted stuff. It was just like, it was.
Are you on Mastodon?
No one's on Mastodon.
Yeah, somebody explain what Mastodon is. Maybe explain. Sorry.
So, Mastodon, I actually ran a Mastodon server for more than a year, and I used it as my main social media platform for even longer than that. I think the problem with Mastodon, yes, it very much didn't pick up as much steam as would have been ideal. I think this is very sort of tangentially related. The problem with Mastodon is that it has one of the same problems as the closed platforms do, but not because of ideological reasons, but because of technological reasons. The problem it has is data portability. It is basically extremely clunky, almost impossible to properly move between Mastodon servers or between Fediverse servers generally. It's just a protocol that is built in a very, I want to say...
Is it a social media platform?
Yes, so...
Explain to a TikTok celebrity.
Yes. Mastodon is a microblogging platform built on top of a protocol called ActivityPub. The ActivityPub is basically just a generic...
Market.
Oh yeah.
Who are the competitors on the market? Because I don't really understand what it is. Is it blogging platform?
Yeah, microblogging platform. Yeah, go on, explain.
Microblogging is basically the generic term for Twitter, Threads, Mastodon, Blue Sky, all of this. It's writing.
I've tried like 3 of them. I have Blue Sky, I have Twitter, and I have Threads. but I haven't never tried Mastodon. Is it like any like specific country based, or they have users worldwide?
Well, listen, these are all food for thoughts. We're talking about Mastodon. You can come and join us if you want to as well. You don't have to be in Mastodon or know anything about it, because it's just not how Talkaoke works. Come and join us, guys, if you'd like to. We've got Roberto, we've got Ayo, we've got
Haytham,
we've got Daniel, we've got Mikey, we've got, what's your name? Oh. Yeah.
Adriana, no, don't
Adriana. No, don't worry. It's
sorry.
okay. That's fine. You can just be. You can make us look busy by sitting here, and that's fine enough. Come and join us, people. You've got some colourful outfits. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah. So right now we're talking about Mastodon. Like, what's the benefit of Mastodon or other alternative platforms if you're building your entire business model, your job around social media? You know, Mikey.
Well, the point is that, Mastodon is great, but if there's nobody there, I'm not going to go there. But I want to promote the people speak. I have to go on the closed platforms. I have to go on Instagram. I have to go on TikTok because, well, actually, we're not really good on TikTok. But anyway, we should be on TikTok. That's where all the people are. So we're stuck with those platforms. Doesn't matter how great, how ideologically superb Mastodon or Blue Sky are. We're not going to be on there because we went on there, we tried it. There's nobody there. There's nobody there that was going to buy our Talkaoke.
Okay, so I guess the question on the table, like, where is everyone?
But if decision makers move on these platforms, I think people are going to move there too, because that was the case for Instagram. When celebrities got there, everybody moved to the Instagram. When Trump launched like Truth Media, it's the mocking of Twitter, like exactly the same as Twitter. If you have like decision makers such as celebrities, like sports people, actors, and if it's like direction based also, if it's political, if it's like acting, if it's like sports, I think if you have a topic around this specific platform, the people that have interests on this like specific topic, they're gonna move there and they're gonna share their thoughts there.
Okay. So I'm going to prioritize Haytham, just because Daniel, we've heard from you, but I will come back to you. So is it after all about celebrity endorsement, Haytham?
Yeah, I agree with you with decision making, and also I believe we have to, for communication strategy. Now, what we saw in the U.S. and New York, this is a good example how communication strategy can, even with billions of people who paid for their campaigns, they didn't win because communication strategy is the most important now in social media. So if there will be strategy good for the open source platforms or Mastodon or others, I believe this is a plan. So we have to think of, like strategy, how we move from there to there. But of course, it's example for celebrities. When they post, let's go there, I think a lot of followers, they will follow.
Okay, so celebrity as a strategy, as a communication strategy. We've seen examples from the world, from New York. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about it. Daniel, it doesn't have to be about this.
I guess I just want to give a quick closing thought before I go, because I do need to go in a bit. Okay. I think generally the problem of people not being on these decentralized platforms, it's absolutely more of a gradual thing. We can't really expect everyone to get on these platforms at the same time.
Do we have time to wait until everybody?
Yeah, there is this great quote. I don't know who said this, but a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. We can't expect this to just happen overnight. We have to gradually work at this. We have to gradually move to this. There is definitely some things to figure out. How can we get people to move? It is definitely some.
Or is it just a feeling?
I think there is definitely some need for strategy because the feeling part is just not working. Okay. I think it's just a gradual thing because a year ago there really was no one on Blue Sky, but now it's really, really big. There are really a lot of people on Blue Sky nowadays. Blue Sky is how I found out about Mozilla Festival.
Okay, so it does work.
Yeah, I think generally it's just a very gradual journey and we just have to work at it over time. We can't expect it to happen overnight.
Okay, so...
And with that I am going to drop out because I need to go to some other stuff I have scheduled.
Listen, that's completely fine. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for bringing your frog hat to the table. We really appreciate that. And come and join us at any point as well. There's a spare seat, so anybody is able to join. Do becoming alternative need a strategy? Does it become require strategy? Do we need celebrity endorsement to get some ideas off the ground? I mean, are there any ideas that people here want to get off the ground? Do you need a celebrity endorsement, Roberto? Do you have any ideas that you want to get off the ground?
I think a little bit it has to be with the age and the culture. You'll see that certain age and certain content, it is more towards X, previously Twitter, or Instagram, or well, I don't know anyone in Mastodon.
Yeah.
But I think it more or less it's the age and the content.
Yeah, or it should be like beneficial to communities or for the users. Me personally, I endorse some apps. They pay me, of course, to endorse them, but they have some benefits for communities. It's short-term benefits, it's long-term benefits, but like generally, if the customer and also user says that specific platform has some benefits for them, it can be monetary benefits. Like X was the first platform to launch like subscription models on like regular social media app. They have monetization with this like blue like verified mark, and if you drive your communities by telling them that you have benefits here, you can monetize, you can share, and we can boost you, because for example, TikTok has boost for the creators who post like every day, daily, and if they see you're competitive, and if they see that you really want to do social media and you really want to do content, they boost your.
Okay, but talk about alternatives. I mean, like, is creating more incentives to make financial gains? Is that the real? Is that a real alternative? Is the question. But also, Hayden, you've got to go. Give us a final thought. But this is a great point, actually.
Final points of moving from those big platforms. I think other than the communication strategy. Also the budget. Those big platforms, they invest too much money on their platforms, and I think there's lacking of fundraising for other platforms, because when everyone have to see those new platforms, you have to pay too much for advertisement, and I think this should be put it in consideration as well.
Okay, so there's the investment side of it as well. If something's not big enough, is it going to attract investment, and are we just kind of keep on investing in the same stuff, Twitter and whatnot? I know there was a silent voice who didn't want to talk about anything, but does she have any views? Thank you so much.
Are you on TikTok?
Are you on TikTok?
I don't know. Never.
No. Are you on any social media?
I haven't chosen Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know. No.
Okay, so no social media. Is that the real alternative, or is just like different ways? What do you have? Facebook? Instagram, okay. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. Mike, are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram, but I kind of got sucked onto these things because my main drive is just to be social and to connect with people, and I find that people that are not geeks, they're on Instagram, they're on, if they're old people, they're on Facebook. If they're young people, they're on TikTok. So I tend to be on Facebook. But I'm very critical of these platforms, but I'm stuck on the platforms because that's where the people are. That's the reality. I'm a user. I have to go where my friends are. I resisted being on WhatsApp for ages, and then I missed a funeral because the message about the funeral was only on WhatsApp. Okay. So I actually missed my uncle's funeral because it was on WhatsApp. Not the actual funeral, the information about the funeral. So I had to join WhatsApp. There's no alternative.
Okay, right now, welcome to Talkaoke. This is what you just walked into, and everyone else is welcome. We've got Roberto, we've got Mike, we've got Andrea, and Margot. There are these people just walking there. What's your name?
Gloria,
welcome. We are talking about real alternatives. Are there real alternatives to big platforms? And is platform in its name implying, oh, it's democratic, anyone can come up and take platform, but actually it's not, because there are people pulling the strings. There could be big tech, could be big investors. How do you incentivize people to join alternative platforms? Is it through having strategy? Is it just a gradual thing? Just stay patient? And yeah, this is kind of where we are at. But it just kind of moves. Welcome. We've got Gloria. We've got Roberto. I'm Margot. This is Mikey. What's your name?
Giovanni.
Giovanni. Welcome. Giovanni. Welcome. And yes, Gloria.
I think everybody uses podcasts nowadays. Okay. Everybody can do a podcast, and I think
is this a good thing?
I think it's a controlled way because you're the one who's like executing, producing, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and if it's fun, and this is me cycling back to a conversation from a couple of hours ago, and if it's fun what you're doing, is it really work? And what is work for? But yeah, podcasts, we're talking about alternatives, we're talking about alternative platforms, we're talking about how to unlearn the internet as we are here, and this is the theme of Mozilla. I don't know if we're doing well or not well, I don't know. Giovanni, what do you think of this? Do you have a podcast? Do you have a podcast?
I do not, but I think I should start one. I think.
What would it be about?
That's a good question. Probably it would be about.
MozFest. Would it?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, but no. Yeah, let me circle back on that.
No worries. But I mean, like, I guess what you're saying with podcasts is like, then you have got. Anybody here has got a podcast? That's just a question. You have? Yeah.
I do have a podcast. And you control it. Yes, I control it, and I have it in YouTube. But also I have some format, a small format that I put it in Instagram. So you have to try all of them, and then you can chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Feed Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. They all control your feed, so you don't have freedom over there. You think you have freedom, but you don't have.
Okay, so you're dropping the big F word here. That is freedom. Just in case you're wondering. So we've got
I mean, there's no somebody, you know, the puppet maker. It's the algorithm. That's the puppet maker.
Okay, so welcome. So okay, it's getting hot. Welcome. My name is Margot. This is Talkaoke. Roberto. We've got Gloria. We've got Giovanni. We've got Mikey. We've got Andrea over there. What's your name?
Diane.
Diane, welcome. And this is Talkaoke. Conversation moves all around. We were talking about alternative platforms. Then Gloria said, actually, if you have a podcast, then you control everything. And Roberta does have a podcast, but you're saying, yeah, but if you start putting clips on Instagram, then you're losing your freedom. You're thinking about podcasts. Maybe you feel like you should have a podcast, and having a podcast is a good thing, or is it a good thing? Do you like podcasts? What do you think of podcasts?
I listen to many.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite ones? Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, there's so many to choose from.
Hard Fork.
Hard Fork, what's it about?
Tech.
Tech, okay. Tech podcast. Our podcasts are real freedom. What is your podcast about?
Mine about legal thinking. In general, yes. And it's interesting about freedom too. Okay. So, it's being free or not in Instagram or any other platform depends how you see it. Mm-hmm. Because if you are controlled by your content, but how many followers can you have? Because if you're completely free and you only have 3 followers in Mastodon, who's going to see you?
Exactly, it's about the reach.
The freedom is, even if you have 3 followers, you should still post because that's when you fight the algorithm.
Okay, is your freedom worth it if you only have 3 followers? Is it worth it? I mean, yes.
I would say yes.
Okay.
Being able to create regardless of who's gonna watch means that you are truly free to create. It means that you don't mind the fact that maybe you don't have a huge following, you have no outside pressure.
You don't follow the likes.
Yes.
You don't run after likes.
Okay.
That's exactly.
Okay, so you don't follow the likes, your freedom. Do you value your freedom, sir? Do you value your freedom? Yeah. Well, come and value it here with us. Wow. Mikey, that's your freedom to sit anywhere you want, and that includes on the floor. That's gonna be fine. I wish I could help you, but I can't. I can't help you. Come and join us. Okay, thank you, Gloria. Okay, it's getting a bit hectic here, and it's because of the chairs. We're not a charity, that's for sure, and we won't be anytime today. Let's just do a quick round. Okay, gosh, maybe we just need some new chairs. Everybody be careful on what you're sitting. Yes.
I think freedom is the wrong word.
Okay, we've got freedom, that's the wrong word. Can I just get a quick round of names, quickly?
Sorry.
Yeah, what's your name?
Roberto.
Roberto?
Diane.
Giovanni.
Ari.
Mikey.
Adriana.
And Margot. So you're saying freedom is a wrong word. What is the... so guys, freedom is a wrong word. What is a better word?
I think it's about control, how much control you maintain, which I don't think, I think it's freedom adjacent, but it's not the same thing. They're all mediated platforms.
Okay, so when we talk about freedom, actually what should we be talking about is the control. I mean, what do you guys think about this? Is conversation about freedom actually, do you value your freedom, is like how much control are you happy to relinquish to achieve some kind of freedom? I don't want to think.
I think freedom is just, it's a word, but it's a series of values that you possess, and those values are defined based on where you are, the experiences that you have, the environment that you are in. Eventually becomes freedom. It is the illusion of what you want that will express your inner feelings to the without limits.
Okay, it's like what you think you want that expresses your freedom.
I mean, I think it's like, you know, we talk about like a necessary illusion. Like freedom is an illusion, but it's a very necessary illusion because it allows you to move forward, to create things. You know, in the famous song, I'm not going to sing it, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. I don't know if I agree with that, but if we've got this idea of freedom, we can't define it. We're always pushing forward.
Okay, always pushing forward. But what about this question of control? I mean, are you getting, are you warming to the idea of freedom and what it means? Or is it for you about control? What are you being controlled by or not being controlled by?
Well, when I joined the conversation, you were talking about algorithms and starting a podcast, and if you put content online, then you suddenly lose control of it because people who even subscribe to you may never see it. And so it's really about, if you're going to participate in an algorithmic space, then yeah, you've ceded your control over how your content is viewed, or if it's viewed, and by whom.
Okay, so I mean, can you send the message of freedom on the controlled platforms? I mean, is it worth it? To what extent can you sell your freedom to kind of, I don't know, just follow through with an important message? Yes, Mikey.
I just think freedom's something you do. It's an active thing. It's not control is passive, but freedom, you do freedom. You be free. Okay, there's two different verbs. It's two different verbs, but something you're actively doing. So yeah, you might be being controlled by the algorithms, being suggested. We got our flight cancelled. We didn't want that. But we're actively coming here to Barcelona. We're doing it, and that is the counter of the freedom, of the control. Sorry.
Okay, I really feel the kind of pushing against adversity. Can people just like give me tangible examples? Because we're getting really meta, and I'm not endorsing any particular company here, by the way. We're going a bit like general about the freedom, the values, the doing thing. Give me an example of where you exercise your freedom or where you relinquish control, or
sitting here and saying whatever. No, freedom. It is freedom. For instance, Giovanni can right now thinking having a podcast of whatever it is, traveling to Barcelona or food or whatever, or even he's free to not doing it anymore and to take it out. So freedom is a complex word, feeling, and aspirational thing.
Okay, so sitting down at the Talkaoke table, that's when you really truly exercise your freedom. So it's a good advert, yeah?
I think it's one way of exercising the freedom.
How else do you exercise
the choice to stand up and leave, or the choice to be here, is actually freedom. And that's in my mind. It could be that I feel free doing it. And that's the expression that I feel. I may stand up and work from here, not necessarily because I have the freedom to do it, but if I'm asked to do it, right? But if I do it without being asked to do it, the almost intangible satisfaction that I feel in me for having accomplished an act out of my own volition is where freedom lies.
Okay, so apart from this Talkaoke table, Mozilla, Barcelona, today, right now, when have you done it? When have you had freedom to walk away from something? Because you wanted to, nobody told you. Give me an example.
Freedom to leave my country, Cameroon, because of a dictatorship in the country. That, to me, was a choice not to live in that circumstance and to find freedom elsewhere and be able to express myself the way that I really wanted it to be.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that. So leave the country that you, that you disagree with the politics, with the dictatorship. Okay, when was the last time you exercised your freedom? Give me an example. People over there as well, you're welcome to join for 2 minutes or 1 second. You obviously do it at your own free will. You know, just be.
Sitting down on the chairs as well.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome. My name is Margot, and we've got. Who do we have here?
Montserrat.
Montserrat, welcome, and
Gianni.
Gianni, Montserrat, Andrea. No. Ariana. It will never go in. Yeah. We've got Mikey, we've got Ari, we've got Giovanni, we've got Diane and Roberto. And my name is Margot, and this is Talkaoke. It's a pop-up talk show. The way it works, people just speak on the mic. Conversation moves all around and all the time. Talk about freedom to do what, on to not do something, opt in, opt out. We talk about alternative platforms. Are you really that, if you only have 3 followers on Mastodon, where you've got important things to say, does it really mean anything, This is where we're at. We heard about you leaving Cameroon, and that was your freedom. You had a chance to come and sit here. You could have done hundreds of other things, but you came and sat down here. That's your freedom. What about you guys?
Well,
what does freedom mean to you? And is it about control, as Diane was saying?
Not really. I think just like 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I was thinking more deeply in the question. It comes to me like because I feel that somebody was taking decisions for me. So now for me should be just to have the opportunity to be aware of what I'm deciding by my own.
So it's almost about also building in this awareness of when you decide for yourself and when things are being decided for you. This is kind of what you're saying. I mean, do you? Yeah.
Related just when the IE appears, just like a mushroom, nobody understands more or less how was working, and you just say, okay, I'm not deciding if I want to use it, not use it, if they are, this kind of thing is that related with freedom. Yeah.
Okay, so you're bringing artificial intelligence into the conversation as well. I mean, is it obvious that you've decided something? Is it artificial intelligence, AI deciding for you? I mean, does it really matter? I mean, maybe it's okay for AI to make decisions on some levels. Yes, go on, Ari.
I think that would really depend largely on the choice of the user and interaction with AI, right? If you give AI the opportunity to make those choices for you, absolutely, it's going to make those choices, and you have the freedom to do it. Will there be a point in time where AI begins to take away those freedoms? I don't know. I can't predict the future, but you have that ability to make your interaction with AI limited or expanded. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Will AI make those choices for us in the future?
Well, there's a guy from India earlier on who said the Indian government doesn't solve problems, it solves the narrative. It just changes the narrative, and that's, I think, what AI does very, very well. It will just create a narrative where you think you've got freedom. It will tell you whatever you want to hear. But yeah, will it actually really be a freedom? I don't know. Maybe it is, because it's just a narrative anyway. It's just an idea.
Okay. So is personal freedom just a narrative that can change?
I want to touch on what you said. You were talking about you have your own personal choice with AI and your decisions with it. I think it becomes an entirely different thing when somebody's using AI to make decisions for you, such as police departments or healthcare companies.
Okay, so it's not even this thing that's AI. There are agencies who are specific people, specific groups like police, as you mentioned, who are making decisions on about us. Was that directed to anybody? Yeah, go ahead.
I totally agree with you that if in the circumstances it is my freedom that is being taken away from me as a result of people using AI to make decisions on my behalf. For example, will there be a point where AI generated votes will represent your vote or my vote? Will there be a point? I don't know. But yes, there could be limits to that.
Okay, so and I've never reintroduced you to the table. Give us your name.
Andreu?
Andrea, welcome. So, yes, is anybody else worried about AI making decisions on our behalf?
No, I just want to bring in something because we do a lot of these Talkaokes with young people, and we had the police. This is in the UK, and the area we're in, there's a lot of British Bengali people, so they are from South Asia, and they were complaining to the police, you're just stopping us because you see a brown face and you think it's us. And they, you know what they said? They said, well, when we've got AI, the AI is going to be able to recognize who is the true offender, so we won't be stopping you anymore. We're just going to be stopping the criminal ones. So just get ready for AI. It's going to be sorting out all of our problems.
Okay, so AI in the future will scan this fox over there and be like, no, it's a completely legit fox, it's fine. It's got no bad intentions. Nice to see you, Foxy, again. AI will know. What do people want to, where do you want to take this conversation? Because part of the freedom or restriction is that it's actually up to you to take control of this chat and take in whatever direction, Diane, and then,
We know that AI is only as good as the training data that goes into it, and that training data usually replicates and amplifies inequalities that already exist in society.
Okay,
so unless
what's the solution? Where should we be getting our data from then?
I don't think automating it out to AI is necessarily the solution.
Okay, and just thank you.
So I totally agree with that. Data used to train AI is completely biased. This bias is amplified, and on top of that, we have to take into account that how these mechanisms, how these models are trained. So they are trained to in a way that so they try to make the training process as cheap as possible, which means that they don't discriminate which data they put into the system. They don't specify, let's say, a training order. They don't specify a curriculum. Let's say, for example, they learn quote unquote everything at once. That's not how humans learn. We first start by the basics and then we go on to more complex topics, which means that we also have this disconnect in AI systems where maybe they seem very fluent, they seem very eloquent, and this eloquence and fluidity in language does not match the real knowledge that is behind.
So they know the basics in the same way as humans do, right?
Yeah, that tricks people, because people tend to associate this eloquency with people being smart and trained and having this knowledge, and this is a real problem. Will take some years until we get accustomed and used to this difference, but this is another thing to take into account, right? So
it's almost like pretending that AI knows more. It's just pretending that it knows more than it actually knows. Montserrat, I'm going to come to you in 1 second. This is Talkaoke. Look who's got a hand up. The podcast man. Just give us your name as you just joined. My name is Margaret. What's your name?
My name is Benji.
Benji, welcome. Diane, thank you for sticking around. Come and give us a final thought before you go. Just final shout out to the mic. Questions, topics we should be discussing. Final thoughts.
Regulation.
Regulation. Okay, that's nice and easy to do. Luckily, so we can just do that on this Talkaoke table. Benji, welcome. Montserrat.
Yeah, related what Andrea was speaking about, and related what I spoke. I think it's very important. I mean, I'm free, or I try to be free, because I have a knowledge of the complexity that is, because I'm an engineer, so I know the complexity, and I arrived to this year of complexity knowing different things. But when I'm speaking that people is using AI without freedom, is because they don't know what is on the background of this. So it's become worse that the people who has the possibility to be educated, to be the knowledge, to have the knowledge, the academic knowledge of what is behind this use, is creating more and more differences between people who can get this information and know. So I'm more able to be free than people who has not this opportunity.
Because you're an engineer, right?
Me, yeah.
Yeah, and so you kind of know how, kind of, you know the backstory as well. You know how it works exactly. So you're not just getting impressed by multi-syllable words or whatever the AI is producing. Mikey, I'll come to you, but I did see the hand up from here.
Okay, so in one word, I think it's basically AI for the moment is a professional bullshitter.
How dare you?
Yeah, meaning that the training data, exactly, you know, discriminate what is good training data, what is bad training data. Users can themselves even influence the result. Basically, someone can train a model to make it say what exactly they want to hear.
But what do you think about this, what Montserrat was saying, which is like there's some kind of like almost inequality implied. I mean, inequality did come up before on this table today, but it's almost like inequality of how people understand the use of AI. And obviously your knowledge is going to be more complex if you're an engineer. And somebody would go like, yeah, this is pretty good bullshit. I like this. I don't care how you arrived at this. You know, are you worried about that? And come and join us, by the way. Are you a professional bullshitter?
Yes. Actually.
Yeah, great, perfect. This is perfect for you. Welcome, welcome. Are you worried about losing your job to AI?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. What's your name?
My name's Ralph.
Ralph, welcome. This is Talkaoke you just walked into. We've got Montserrat. We've got Gianni. We've got Roberto. Rolf, we've got
Giovanni,
we've got Ale. Give us a final thought before you go. We've got Mikey and I'm Marga, and this is Talkaoke. So, welcome. You're a professional bullshitter. A little bit concerned about AI taking over, but stick around and you'll see what this is all about. Give us a final thought, Ari.
No, my final thought would be if we could leverage technology, maybe in this case AI, to reduce the inequalities that we have in the world, where wealth is largely on one, very 5% of the world controls 90% of the world wealth. How can we leverage technology to make it different so that millions of people around the world can be lifted out of poverty?
Okay, how do we lift people out of poverty?
I think one thing that AI can do is it can give everyone equal access to bullshit. So the bullshit inequality will be completely well distributed and everyone will get access to the bullshit that they want.
Okay. That's good, yeah.
And if you could add dollars to the bullshit,
Yeah.
then maybe it becomes valuable.
Maybe you've got the bullshit credits or something like this and you can exchange them for something. Thank you so much, Ari. Giovanni, you're staying? Yeah, you're going to stay. Okay, you stay. Okay, so people, where do you want to take this conversation? Is the power of bullshit a real something? Can it get stuff done? Are we just having a fun conversation here?
That's freedom of expression too.
Yeah.
I can manifest myself of anything I want to, even though it's a bullshit, isn't it?
Okay. So maybe freedom of expression is also freedom to spin bullshit whenever you want to. Can bullshit help with erasing inequality?
Well, bullshit is free, so you can have as much of it as you want. So everyone can have as much bullshit as they want. It doesn't matter. As long as they've got access to AI, they've got access to the bullshit. And so, in a way, that's the resource we've got that we can make people feel happier about their lives.
Okay. I mean, speaking from a perspective of a professional bullshitter, which you may or may not be, I don't know. Come and join us if you'd like to. Talking about bullshit is free, chat is free. Do we all have equal access to bullshit? And I kind of mean it because, you know, it seems like bullshit can get you to some places, can earn you money. You're agreeing? Yeah. Are you a bullshitter?
No, I'm a fan of bullshit, but I'm not a bullshitter at all.
Okay, so you're sincere. Come and join us for 1 second. What's your name?
Paolo.
Paolo, welcome. And what's your name?
Albert.
Albert, we've got Giovanni, we've got Ralph, we've got Roberto, we've got Gianni, we've got Montserrat, we've got Mikey. My name is Margaret. This is Talkaoke. Talking about equality, talking about equal access to bullshit. Are you worried that AI is going to be better at bullshit? You can join us as well. This is a good moment because I'm doing a recap. And also freedom of expression. What is freedom? Alternatives, alternative platforms. Are you truly free if you only have 3 followers? Does it actually matter? And do people understand the use of AI based on you know what they do? Yeah, on the bullshit.
Yeah, AI is basically the ultimate.
And some other stuff.
The ultimate bullshitter. Absolutely. You can see in the sloppy AI everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like women with 3 teeth could be a problem for me. Lighting a fire in a tent could be really bullshit. It sells well though.
Okay, so bullshit sells well. Is that a problem?
Well, I disagree. I think AI is a mediocre bullshitter. I think it gives us it does derivative bullshit. It gives us the same banal bullshit that it's trained on. It doesn't give us original bullshit. That takes novelty. That takes humanity.
Okay. So original bullshit. I mean, what do you make of this? I mean, is this true? Are we just being given like just strange things, or are they as inventive as it could be?
I think actually I really appreciate. I wouldn't consider AI or bullshit. I think it's really a source of inspiration for me. It's not the absolute solution that I'm looking for. It's just some ideas, some inspirations, and there's a lot of bullshit in it. But this is what it's a good start. This is what you have to filter through. And what I appreciate from AI.
Okay, so AI could be just like a starting point. Like you can be seeing a man with 3 breasts and be like, I can do better than that. Something like that, yeah?
I mean, I think AI is getting better at bullshitting, but still humans are the best bullshitters for sure.
Yeah.
And it's their original bullshit, as you say. Like there is the OG. It's just like so hard to replicate. Having said that, we saw the video of the man with the pickles in his jacket, which was, I don't know if that was like a human idea, but it was an AI generated video of a man it's like a sort of Eastern European thing. He had like pickles in his puffer coat. So yeah, I don't, that's not really an answer to anything. Sorry.
No, but this access to bullshit, and who's good at that? I mean, because we're talking about ourselves here, but we talked about governments before, and I wonder if there is a link between, you know, how much bullshit can governments spin? Just asking for a friend, really. That's all. Giovanni, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, actually, on that regard, I have seen actually press releases from Greek politicians and actually sometimes in the Greek government that are obviously, you know, written and formatted by ChatGPT, which is ridiculous.
How can you tell?
By the emojis and I mean everything. It's crazy. They don't even try to change it just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Greek government, you can really up your game. Just use real meaningful emojis, not some shit ones.
I don't think there is a limit for governments to tell bullshits because they have the monopoly of information, of media.
What's the biggest bullshit you've heard from the government?
Well, the thing that the Gulf of Mexico could be called the Gulf of America, I believe, is one of the things really crippled me a lot.
What is bullshit about it?
The thing is, you monopolize geography. Geography has always been the power of setting names to places from Greenwich Mean Time onwards. But nowadays, you might think the geography is something settled in stone. It is not, because everyone can wake up and say, I want to call this that, and I want my statue built here. I'm so good there. I can, I have a mass of people following me. That's the leader of bullshit, isn't it? And everyone is cool with that. Most of people is cool, and even if you're not cool, you can't do anything about it. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see what happens next year. In the middle terms.
Okay, but this is interesting. Geography is not set in stone. You can change it. And what's the biggest bullshit the government span? You guys are going? No, you're just going. Hey, have you ever been? Are you? I just don't know. I'm intimidated by Fox. Do you believe in the internet?
Yeah.
Do you believe in the internet? Okay.
In 1996, yes.
Somebody take a picture, Mikey. Mikey, take a picture. Okay, well, too late, too slow. I was just too dazzled by this Fox.
Next time.
Goes to show. Okay, so we have been talking. Yeah, go on, Albert.
I was going to say governments can't bullshit because when you actually have the power they can't, because bullshitting is the art of persuasion, but when you have combined bullshitting with actual force of law, that's something else. That's something far, far darker. And as a bullshit artist, I want to keep as much distance between me and my current president as humanly possible.
Okay. So, you're getting a round of applause here. Yeah.
I do have to get to my next.
Okay, was that your final thought, or do you want to throw something else?
I will just say...
What's the biggest bullshit you've heard related to politics, to governments?
That money is speech. That is the bullshit, but it came from the U.S. Supreme Court, so we're kind of stuck with it in the U.S.
Money is speech?
Yeah, that's the...
Okay, I don't even get it fully, yeah?
Totally agree. We thought in the 90s that internet will bring us freedom, no more frontiers. What happens with in these last 20 years is only money is the priority for everything.
Okay, so money. It's sad, but is there a funny side to it? Will it help swallowing the bitter pill?
Well, just going back to the geography thing, because frontiers are all about geography. In the future, everyone will get to name their Gulf of Mexico, whatever they want to call it, and have their own frontiers.
Is that real freedom?
It is freedom, because we've got Greenwich Mean Time, but there will be a possibility for Barcelona Mean Time, for Caracas Mean Time, all the different mean times. We don't have to have the same standards anymore.
Meantime, this is an open invitation to anybody who's queuing for coffee. You can come and join us. We have been talking about, is bullshit necessary? Thank you so much, Montserrat and Gianni. Why don't you give us a final thought before you go? And you've not said anything. Say something. Yeah, that's you. Okay. Gianni, come on. Gianni.
Sorry. I think it's very interesting, everything that you say, but the problem for me, my English is not so good. I'm trying to get into the conversation, and I think it's interesting.
Would Spanish be easier?
¿Cuál? ¿Cómo? Perdona.
Well, I'm not putting myself out there, but we've got some people.
Bueno, vale.
¿Qué podemos decir en español, pues?
Sí, podemos
Bueno, viste.
Well, listen, we're going to change the hosts in the middle. My language.